Okay. Yeah. All right. Here we go. What's up, y'all? What's up? How's everybody doing? We are back this Tuesday. We got a few things to talk about, man. We've had a lot of guests as of late. I like it. A lot of people.
Yep.
It's a good look, man.
Yeah. But I took a pause on it today. So it's just gonna be us today talking about.
That's all y'all got.
Yeah, this is all you got today. The originators of the Rely Show. So, Malk, how you been, man?
Been all right, man. I've been all right. It's a dog paddle week. Dog paddle. I haven't been able to hit no freestyle, but I'm. It's been one
Still
of them.
get you where you gotta go.
It's a slower
Just
process.
differently. That's all.
Yeah, it's a slower process.
Don't matter as long as you go.
Yeah, I'm getting out. Just keep my head above water, man. How about y'all?
Hey, man, good. What about you, Brooklyn? How you been?
Fantastic. Always. That's right.
I dig it. Well, in case you didn't see the advertisements that I did, we're gonna be talking about Table, the get together I'm gonna do. But hey, Mark, I actually sent you something on Instagram. Before we do that, look in your messages. I forgot which one I sent it to you. Yeah. There it is right there, that Table. Tangible action building liberation, man. Say that to yourself 3 or 4 times. Tangible action building liberation. I'm doing this for, of course, the collective, our culture, but you can do this in your own personal life every single day. It's pretty much nothing that I say that you can't apply to self. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I do with myself. So tangible action building liberation, like something tangible you could touch. You know what I'm saying? Like just because you feeling angry, you could damn near touch that anger. It's right there for you to feel. Like, so it ain't got to necessarily be money or whatever, but something tangible, man. Something that people could feel, something people could see. I'm not using Google or Webster's definition of tangible. I'm giving it to you from me. So tangible, something that you could touch physically, metaphysically, spiritually. I use those terms loosely, but this is coming from me. This ain't coming from Google or some person on the internet who said this is what it means. Listen to my spirit right now. You see what I'm saying? Something that you could fathom, something that's right here in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's tangible. Action is actually doing something. You don't get angry or sad by just sitting there. I mean, you can. You know, you could be depressed, but that's still tangible. That's an action, being depressed. You know what I'm saying? But action, something that you're taking steps. You know what I'm saying? You're taking steps. You're actually doing something. I don't care if you want to get a 6-pack. You wake up and do you a few sit-ups. It ain't got to be 200 sit-ups. It don't even got to be 20. If you just do 1 or 2, eventually, if you want that 6-pack, I'm saying that because my wife told me when she met me I had a 6-pack, and now I just got a pack. So that was just on my head. You know what I'm saying? She reminded me of that every time. Man, when I mentioned you had a 6-pack, I touch on it, and now it's like you got kids, and well, that's totally, that was just on my head. Like, I forgot to turn my phone on. But she told me that, yeah. I used to work out all the time. Like, I used to be steady. I used to work out before I went to the plantation. I used to work out during the plantation, afterwards. Kept my mind right. Like, I would meditate. I would okay, this is what I want to do this week. So I get my workout on, do me a few sit-ups, and I would do them throughout the day. If anybody's ever read Bruce Lee's book, he had a book out a while back. My dad was a big Bruce Lee fan.
So am I.
Yeah, you know,
Love Bruce.
We used to watch Kung Fu flicks all the time. But he had a book, and he pretty much said, look at me. He pretty much said that
Sounded like you had a celebrity over there or something.
yeah, that was my voice. All right, there we go. Anyway, the book said it's not how much you do, it's how often you do it in so many words. I can't remember it verbatim, but I might start off the morning and do 3 sets of 20 just to get me going. 3 sets of 10. And then throughout the day, you know what I'm saying? When I want to go take my break, I'll find me a tree somewhere and do me a few more. You know what I'm saying? I used to read the Gita, and Buddha used to always sit under a tree. That's how he thought. So I said, I'm taking that shit. Because it's outside, and for some reason, when I sit by trees, I feel very calm.
It's a lot of reasons to trees.
Yeah.
Trees are the most foundational thing you could ever have. It's as tall beneath as it is above.
That's true. That's true.
It grows as deep as it does high.
If you ever cut down a tree, you can see the roots.
Absolutely beautiful.
In there. It is. And you can see the little rings around it and not even complications. It's just nature's gift, nature's building.
Depth.
Yeah.
The depth, the depth, the life, everything.
Brooklyn, say that again. A tree is as deep as it is tall. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
I never heard it verbalized like that before.
So it is below, so as it is above.
Mm-hmm. You can apply that to life.
Yep, that's
the
only one thing that develops like that, and then secondarily, honestly, is a Black woman. That's a whole nother story.
But them trees make me feel comfortable, so I go under there, you know, do my little thoughts, you know, meditate, whatever you want to call it, my little prayers, and be like, all right, stay focused. Anyway, you do it repetitively every day, man. And do it consistently, you'll see that six-pack, and your mind will start to strengthen, and your cores will start to come out, and you'll start to become what you say and what you want to do, instead of just saying, you know, I do this.
Because you are what you feed.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
You are what you feed.
And I didn't wake up looking at the phone. Right when, man, sometimes I get this habit. I wake up, look at the phone, whether it be sports, whether it be Instagram, because I need to see if someone looked at something or if it's moved, whatever. For some reason, as of recently, I just look at them. I'm like, I didn't even care about the phone for the longest. Like, I didn't have this when I was coming up. So this was a new thing, you know what I'm saying? But now it's like someone might call you. You ain't got the telephone no more.
But that speaks a lot to what it does, right? The onset of what it builds and why you have to stay so conscious about it and in it. Because if you're not conscious, you unconsciously submit yourself to all types of things. You unconsciously subscribe to more things than you could ever possibly know.
That's true.
When you become aware of them is when you become activated in whether you want to keep them or let them go. But unconsciously, we are subscribed to a lot of things. That's how we develop the habits that we develop. That's why you have to incite intentionally other types of habits, like you were intentionally doing those things. Like if I stay at home all day, I have to tell myself, if I sit here and watch TV or do anything for this amount of time, I need to get up and do 10 things. Like I have to consciously build that, because if not, I will unconsciously just blow the day away, right? So I have to consciously be like, do X, Y, and Z. Make sure you do these. You know what I'm saying? Like throughout the whole day, I gotta keep making myself get up consciously and do some things. Because if not, I'm off. I'm just gonna,
you know what,
chillax it all day.
True. To add to that, sometimes it's good just to sit there and just bask in your energy and not do nothing. Like
now, that's different because that's still conscious.
Yeah,
I'm talking about just unconsciously flangling around and whatever.
Yeah.
If you are consciously putting forth some effort to spend that time, to curate that time, to embellish and enjoying that time, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, looking at this stuff on the internet and them old speakers, Les Brown and all them, whoever you got now, they get up.
That's one of my favorites.
Get up, do this, do that, do that. My brother put me on the ET. But they'll say, get up, do something.
Yep.
And it is good to do something, but it's also cool to just sit there sometimes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's also cool just to rest your body, like not consistently moving. You know, we're not meant to be creatures on a 9 to 5, whether you're at the plantation or at your house. We're not meant to be sitting over here consistently slaving.
But
You know
in
what?
either direction, if it's not monitored or
Yeah, you got to
being
monitor it.
conscious,
Yeah, yeah.
if you're not being conscious about it, either can be extremely dangerous.
It can be dangerous.
Yes.
But you know, a lot of these plants out here, they sit here and they wait for it to. You go in the forest, you have no problem seeing trees and plants and animals eat and grow. They're not anemic. You know what I'm saying? They don't have any deficiencies. They just sit in their trees get big. You see, like, damn, I ain't never seen a tree that big.
That big. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Grass grows like this. It could be this color. Animals live in this wood or under this wood. And if you move it, you see an indention it if you can move it. Because sometimes it's just stuck there. You know, I don't know if anybody's been hunting or fishing or camping when you go out to some of these places. You can't move some of this. Some of the smallest things you like, let me pick. Wait, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're not meant to be these slaves. So sometimes you got to kind of bask in your energy and figure out, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing in my consciously?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said earlier, if you sit back watching TV, looking at this internet, and even back in the day, just watching TV, you can get caught up by Oprah or Sally or Geraldo or Montel. Now it's whoever's on here talking. So you gotta make sure whoever's on, because now you don't even gotta have no credentials to come on, man. Like even then, you really didn't. To be honest with you, you know, Oprah didn't have no credentials. Neither did Montel or Geraldo. They had a deal with a TV station. They was entertaining.
But it was, but you did have filters that you had to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Everything now, you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have any filters. You
can find something for your flavor and broadcast it everywhere.
Yeah, even if
your Hot 7 have rules, there's a billion outside of the Hot 7 that don't. And you can just broadcast yourself everywhere
for everybody to see.
That's what makes it dangerous.
Yeah, and that is now, because you can just get on and say anything. And if you don't have that mindset, you'll believe somebody saying a bunch of nothing.
Now you catch the wrong one, the right one the wrong way. It's a situation.
Yeah, it is.
That's a problem.
It is. You know what I'm saying? So action. That's what I was going at with that, man. Action. You know what I'm saying? Tangible action. Do something, man. Do it. If you're resting, then rest. And then have faith that when you rest, you're not going to have to work that much harder.
Oh, absolutely.
Have faith that when you rest, that everything's going to be okay if you take this break. Don't take this break and be like, oh, man, maybe I do need to get up. Maybe I am being lazy. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing, man. Love your body and your mind. Love it enough to listen to it and be like, hey, man, I don't feel like doing these sit-ups today. I don't feel like getting up doing whatever I need to do today. I'm just going to sit here. And don't let nobody change your mind. You know what I'm saying? So tangible action, man. Tangible action. Let me see. I forgot what my own thing stands for. I sure did. Tangible action, building liberation. So look, building and liberation. In order to build something, you got to have a foundation. And I probably should have put the L first, but you gotta,
That's fact.
Yeah, you gotta have that. You gotta have that foundation. But I feel like in order for you to correctly build something, you got to step out to what we call the matrix, liberate yourself, and then start building. Because then you know what tools you need. Malk said earlier he wanted 15 shows on here. Matter of fact, when I first met him, he said he wants to get it back to the way it was. Mm-hmm. And when I came on here, it was a few shows. Now you got shows every day. I got to wake up 5 a.m. trying to catch what you're doing with a cup of Joe.
Yeah, a cup of Joe.
Yeah, a cup of Joe. I got to get up 5 a.m. if I'm gonna catch this thing. So liberate yourself, man. Liberate yourself. Don't let nobody come in your atmosphere. You got to remember, your mind and everything you do is your world, is your universe, is your earth, whatever you want to call it. Is your Saturn, your Jupiter, whatever you want to call it. That's where you at. And you got to have faith and you got to liberate yourself to know, all right, what do I want to build in my earth today? Who do I want in my earth today? Who do I not want? Who do I want to stay away from? What's the nutrients for me to grow?
And that's only challenging when you haven't received yourself. When you haven't accepted and received yourself, then that proposes a lot of challenges. You are still looking to bring in people to tell you who you are.
Yeah.
Or to convince you of who you are.
Yeah, that goes with that liberation. You gotta liberate yourself, because once you liberate yourself, you start loving yourself. And once you start loving yourself, nobody can tell you nothing about yourself that you don't already know, and it won't affect if they say something. If I say, hey man, gray don't look good on you, Brooklyn will have enough confidence. If she said, hey, I don't like that uncle on you, we'll have enough confidence to be like, and? So anyway, like I was saying, you know what I'm saying?
Which you have to, here's the thing about that. The cross of, to me, for that is you have to set yourself so on level, on code with yourself. Not that, because to me, I really think the new generation can lends a lot to us in that, but they take it too far. The nobody can tell me nothing mentality because I'm so secure is really an insecurity.
You're covering up with
a true leader can be led, because you never knock me off my square. Another queen, another leader could come across and I can follow and do everything that you ask of me. It doesn't change anything about me. The point is, it doesn't remove me from myself. When you are just throwing up flares like, I don't care, say what you want, I'm gonna do it the way I want, and you can't take something from somebody, because we're all here to give and receive. Give and receive. That's what we're all here for. If you can't take constructive criticism, don't tell me, and nobody can just come to you out of a bag. But if nobody can, and I see that a lot, and when I say this generation, I say this loosely, because this generation to me incorporates a whole bunch of ages that ain't even in the generation, as far as when it comes to attitude and behaviors and all this type of stuff. I see all ages act like that. So these times, this generation, it can mean any age whatsoever. But you have to be able to receive stuff from people. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you ain't walking around here shutting your mouth. You giving your opinion. You telling people like it is, this way and that way. You gonna have to be able to receive it too.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people who be like, you can't tell me nothing. Well, like really, if you doing it real wrong, maybe you should listen to someone.
And I totally agree with that. But once you love and liberate, once you liberate and love yourself, you'll be able to take what you need. It's like when you eat food and your body naturally gets rid of the waste.
Stuff it doesn't need.
The toxins.
Exactly, the toxins. So when you go sit on the toilet, it's getting rid of all that stuff that you don't need. So when you love it and liberate yourself.
But it has organs to help you do that.
It does have organs to help you do that.
That's what I'm talking about. Your organs need to be straight and healthy to help you filter through, and versus what I normally see is a shutting down of, you can't receive from. The people who are older than you ain't just here to be old. They came before you so that they can lend you some things. What the hell you do with it is on you.
Yeah, that's on you.
But there's a lot of wisdom out here that you could garner from, so you don't bump your head against the walls unnecessarily. And it works both ways, because younger generations have a lot to teach. That's what we're here for, man. That's what we're here to do. We're here to pour in and pour in and pour into one another and help continuously. That's why all the generations exist.
Exactly.
They exist based upon how things are built.
Those who are generating right now, you're right. You gotta, and for a generator to work, it has a whole bunch of components to it. You know what I'm saying? So it can light up the whole house.
That's
so
right.
So while all of us here generating, despite what fake age is placed on you by this society, if you're here generating, buying into the nonsense, what I'm saying is control your atmosphere. Okay. So that if somebody comes into your atmosphere, first off, you have an alarm saying, who is this person? And so, of course, once you're liberated, once you're liberated, if someone tells you something, that's being sent to you. That's a message, something that you need to hear. And you just got to take from that message. You see, when I first got on this so-called conscious journey, when I was conquering myself, really what it was, and I was a Christian, and I was like, this ain't doing nothing. Through my temper tantrums and anger, like, oh, this is wrong. I learned to take the Bible and take the messages and take from what I think it is. You know what I'm saying? There's a brother on they used to speak all the time. He's not here no more. I'm sure he's on YouTube. Excuse me, Dr. Barashango. And he used to, he said when he went to cemetery school, which Dr. what's his name used to say that too. What's my boy name? Jessica listens to him all the time with the hairdo. Anyway, it'll come to me in a minute. He used to be like in cemetery school. We used to call Jesus Jerusalem Slim because they took what was being taught to them and turned it into their own thing.
Jerusalem Slim.
That's what they used to call them. That's what they, you know what I'm saying? But they took what was taught to them and they turned it into their own thing. And so this is what you got to do. Whenever you have messages out here, you got to take from those messages what you need, whether you like it or dislike it. OGs to tell me something. When I say OGs, I'm not just talking street drug dealing stuff, man. I'm just talking people giving me people that's been in here longer than I have, the elders. You know, that's my way of saying the elders in a way. But OGs, people who've been here, the older generators, you know what I'm saying, that's been out there, you know, who've seen stuff generate. When they tell me stuff, even if I don't like it, hey, man, you might want to stop talking so much about the problem and find a solution. And sometimes my ego might be like, well, I'm just describing the problem. But you know what? They right. I'm pushing incentive on the problem. Now, a lot of us have a lot of emotions towards the problem because we know the problem already. Yeah. Now it's time to start talking solutions. I can't sit over here all day and say, man, I'm angry because of this. I'm not going to stop being angry. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Liberate yourself. Take action to liberate yourself. And while liberating yourself, build yourself up. Use those organs to orchestrate or to organize what it is that you want to do inside and out so that you can become that metaphysical tree here in the physical domain, if you feel what I'm saying.
That's well said.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So before I get even more in the table into that, I just want to say that right quick. Malk, I sent you something. I'm going to lighten the mood real quick because I might get heavy tonight. About women, places you shouldn't take women on a date. I sent it to you on the Instagram. So there's there's something going around. There's a little thing. I saw it on Willie D page. Shout out to Willie D, one of my favorite rappers, with the second version of Ghetto Boys, Scarface, Willie D, and Bushwick Bill. But the first one, shout out to Big Mike. It was Big Mike, Scarface. I forgot the other brother name. Anyway, but Willie D, he posted it on his page. Places you got it up for me? Are you looking for it?
Yes. Okay,
cool. I sent it to you from Rely, I think.
Okay.
I can't remember.
To Instagram?
Yes, on Instagram. It's in a message. But I remember it was a list of places you shouldn't take a person on their first date. Like it had Cheesecake Factory on there, IHOP, Your House, some other restaurants that you shouldn't take people on their first date. So while he's finding that, whenever I met women, now there was a time when I was a teenager, maybe in my early 20s.
I was going to say you've been married since birth, right?
No, when I was a teenager, we got an old head over here. But when I was, I would tell women, let's go to the movies. Of course, get your freak on, you know what I'm saying? Or come to the house when my parents are home or whatever. But as I got older, I was like, man, let's go take a walk in the park. I don't want to see you drunk. I don't want to see you high yet. I want to get to know you to see if I want to get drunk or high with you. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know how the post was orchestrated or how it was made or the energy it was come from. When Mark pulls it up, I'm going to just throw it on the thing or where it came from. But I want to say this, man. When you're trying to find your other half or someone you're trying to be with, there's in basketball, you got preseason before you start the season to where the rookies get to play a lot more. The new heads, some people down from the G League get to come up and they get to play. They get to say, okay, he's pretty good. He's pretty good at this. 4 or 5 games, you get to see it. In your relationships, you got to have a preseason. And I know you remember the show I did on this, Malcolm, on relationships. I forgot how I put it, but anyway, the preseason in your relationship is just asking questions, just getting to know each other, man. When I met Jessica, we would sit on the porch of her apartment complex and just chop it up. We would go ride around somewhere, and I got her something to eat, not because I wanted to get something from her, because I started feeling comfortable. There we go. I started feeling comfortable with her. I'm like, you know what? I'm hungry.
Oh, hey, Brother Ed, happy birthday.
Oh, today, Brother Ed, birthday?
Yep.
Happy birthday, Brother Ed. Happy 23rd birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Again.
So I would take her because I felt comfortable. I'm like, man, I'm really digging you. And I know if I'm hungry, you hungry. And I want to feed you. So.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead and drop that list.
Before I drop the list, Ed said something else. He said, what's the difference between dating and courting?
Man, you know what? I'm not going to get into definitions. I'm going to let you answer this, and I'm going to say this real quick. I believe when you go to court, you're believing you coming in
by
there.
the way, he's 22.
My bad, young man. 22
times 2
I-
plus some.
I don't-
whatever age you believe you.
I don't even know you, Brother Ed, but I remember a song. As soon as you said that. Lies. Using lies as alibi. Remember that? You remember that?
Yes, I think that's in vogue.
Yeah.
I dig it, man. You 22 and so am
Times 2 plus some.
You ready?
Look,
You ready
yeah.
for the sheet?
Yeah, go ahead, put the sheet on there.
Okay.
I'm gonna answer this question while you put that on there. I want y'all to read that list, man. See if you agree or disagree, whatever. When you go to court, you go into court because you got a ticket for whatever you're doing, speeding, and you in there to discuss whether you're guilty or you're not guilty. So when you, I guess, are courting somebody, you're trying to see what's on this ticket that I'm being served right now. What are you made of? What's your soul ticket, since you're a soul coach?
Mhm.
What's your ticket? What's your soul telling me? Do I even need to pursue this to a dating circumstance? So I believe courting first, you should just get to know each other, man. Just chop it up, get to know each
It
other.
is.
It shouldn't be no fucking, it shouldn't be, just get the energy. And then when you start dating, because when you date someone, you should be like, all right, I like this guy. I like this girl. We've been chilling for a minute. We've had them conversations on the phone, talking to 3 o'clock in the morning. No, you got to get up at 6, talking to, for real. I did that too when I was younger. For real, blah, blah, blah. That's courting. That's getting to know the person. That's, I guess, judging them. And then once you get, you had the freaky conversations, the deep conversations, the cool conversations, the quick ones while you're at work. Hey, you doing? Yeah, I know. I said, I'm talking. Let me call you when I get off work, and I got you. We'll go grab something to eat for a minute. Blah, blah, blah. Then you start dating. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the difference between me. What do you want to say to that?
So first of all, I used to believe, I'm sure it's not like that anymore, that where I'm from was one of the most romantic places to be and date, because we did a lot of walking and a lot of talking in New York City. We spent a lot of time in the parks. We spent a lot of time outside. So our dating wasn't inside of places only. I'm sure all of that has changed all around the world, because I'm sure other people from other countries and states can say the same thing. We spent a lot of time outside. I think too many people are trying to make huge impressions that they can't live up to. That's why the relationships don't last. If we going hard here and then you can't go the distance in that same rhythm, what else is going to happen? Because this is where I met you here. So whatever it is, you got to introduce. I'm not going to be cooking for you every day, because I know that's not a momentum I can keep up with. Nor do I want to.
Yeah.
Or anything else that isn't honestly something that is my momentum. And we meet each other in the craziest places. Everything on that list makes sense, because you can't have real conversations in most of those places, is how I see it. And then it takes time. You cannot speedball dating, because you need situations to occur that you can't just create.
There you go.
So I can see how you work your way through it, how we converse through it. How do we manage through trial A, trial B, trial C, good ones and bad ones? How do we make decisions together? You can't create that. You can't assimilate that. I'm sure they're going to start having dating assimilations probably at some point, but it's not authentic.
Yeah.
Right? If you do anything in a testing type of way, we're already prepared for that. We are already encoded with passing tests. We spend our whole life answering correctly.
Exactly.
True or false. Yes or no. That's not going to work. So you have conversations and you have real scenarios. I'm not sure about the one in reference to family. And I'm saying that because being around family functions, that's going to give you some real life scenarios and situations. So that one, I think I would take off the list. We should be in family scenarios, because we get around your friends and family. you will relax more than you probably want to.
Real.
Because they're going to make you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I came across as quiet and whatever, and then I get around my brother and them 5 kids, and you all of a sudden you hear me, if you don't sit your, and you be like, wait a minute, what? I never seen her respond like you see what I'm saying? So to me, I would take the family functions off. And the difference between courting and dating to me is courting is with a purpose, dating is not. That's my simplest answer for the two. Dating has no purpose, especially nowadays.
What do you think, Mount? What's the difference with you?
I'm looking crazy because I'm trying to see if I agreed with her, and I'd have to say, let me. I guess I'll do this. Hey y'all, hey. I guess I'll say that I agree for the most part, and that's without giving it a lot of thought, because when you're dating, old school dating, I don't know about this new school stuff, but the old school dating, you dated who you wanted to. Now, people meet you the first night and they want exclusivity. It's no dating anymore. It's like, okay, you're mine. I dated you one night. I'm like, when are we gonna date? You know, I don't even know you yet. You know, I'm already seeing somebody. Oh no, you can't see them anymore, or you know, that kind of thing. So anyway, to what Brooklyn said, nowadays I think dating is dead. It's not used for what it's supposed to be. Dating, in my opinion, dating and courting, I really don't know the difference, but dating and courting should be to get to know somebody like y'all are discussing. You're in a dating process. When I think of dating, I'm thinking, okay, I'm dating Brooklyn, I'm dating Lisa, I'm dating, and we're all getting to know each other, and I'm trying to figure, like the old dating.
So you're a player. You date Brooklyn and Lisa.
When I date, it's no exclusivity.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Single is single. To me, you're either single or married.
Right.
That's it. Well, I'm either single or married.
Right.
And that singleness is supposed to, and courting is a series of dating, of dates. It's a number of dates within courting. And at the end of the day, what we won't have a conversation about is whether you courting or dating. Mostly everybody trying to fuck. I mean, just at the end of the day, whether it's the Four Tops singing it or who else I want to say real quick. Name somebody.
Commodores?
No, and current.
Oh, current?
Yeah, Four Tops, Commodores, or all the current stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it's Uncle Luke. Four Tops and Uncle Luke still trying to smash. They just saying it differently.
Yeah.
Right? You see what I'm saying?
Right. Want to go Doodoo Brown.
Right. And it's not just on the men's side, right? Because we have women who sung those types of songs too, that maybe the generations don't know about those women, and they may not know about it because during that time they were way out of the world to be singing nasty.
So PSA right quick, Brooklyn was born in 1922, so she knows a little bit more.
Shout out to 1922. I know all y'all generation.
You know all of it.
But
yeah, go ahead.
But in true story, like no matter what time you in, everybody is singing about doing it, and doing it well. Now, when you take sex off the table, because sex is always a part of it, courting is just a matter of a series of dates. Courting has more of an intentionality and purpose. Dating is just, I'm out here.
Yeah.
I'm out here. I'm not ready at this moment to be in a committed relationship, but I like dating people, whoever, whatever it is that I date, right? I like dating. I like going out, getting to know people, having a good time. If in the interim of me having these dates, I decide to start courting somebody, then that's different. Then that's when what's being called exclusive. And the language has changed so much over the years at that. And courting was a language used in a particular time, honestly, to appease the parents.
Right.
I don't need you to be thinking I'm just trying to smash your daughter, so I'm letting you know I like to court her. So you will understand this is a higher elevation of dating. I want to take the door to purpose, so you'll feel comfortable with me coming around
Right.
Oh,
or
damn.
seeing me, and you'll trust me more with her, even though I'm probably the most untrustworthy. But it was a comfort zone and a language for parents during a certain time as well.
Right. I'd like to pose this question to the listening audience, if the host and the co-host don't mind. What's your thoughts? Is there a difference between courting and dating?
You know what? Let's flip it. Give us your definition of courting and dating, because everybody's definition is. So, what is your definition? If you have what's that, that's what I'm gonna do that to your question. Give us your definition of courting and dating, and should you go through it? Go ahead, Mal.
The call-in number is right below your nose, everybody. 832-560-2885.
Yeah.
That is the question. We're talking about
Tell us
dating.
what you prefer.
What do you prefer? Somebody to court you, date you, just call you and fuck? What do you call it? What do you call it?
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill.
Used to
What
be
do
a
you
Blockbuster
prefer?
night.
That's the question, right quick. And while we're waiting on the first caller, the actual subject is.
Today we're talking about table. We was just talking about. I saw this list and I thought it was quite interesting.
Right.
So we throwing that as a subject of
Yeah,
conversation.
just throwing that.
It's an interesting.
Yeah.
It's a list that I actually agree with, except for that. I'm sorry, y'all. That family functions part for me is like, let's do it.
You don't want to be on the first date. You don't want to go to a family function.
Yeah, no, I think we should.
Oh, you think you should?
Yeah.
Because you get to see him in front of Unc.
Yeah, on one of those dates. Nah, I'm not sure about. So maybe that is correct for a first date. Yeah,
these
first
are the places
date,
you shouldn't go for a first date.
for a first date.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, in dating, I think we should, but first date, yeah, no.
Oh, this is where we should not go?
Yeah, not go for a first date.
Here's a list of places.
Why not?
We absolutely refuse to go on first dates, and thank you.
I don't see. Then in that
I would
case,
go to every one of them on the first date. Why not?
I wouldn't go to.
I wouldn't go to a nightclub because I can't talk to you.
You can't hear movies, nightclubs, things where you can't sit and talk. No.
Yeah.
Which is why the coffee and kind of dessert places confuse me.
Yeah, because I think that would be cool. You drink some, eating some ice cream or drinking some coffee. You could chop it up.
Yeah.
Well, see, what I used to do.
I wouldn't do the bar just for drinks. I don't want to see you drunk yet.
What I used to do is, let's go ahead. Let's go to the dance club. If that's what you want to do with your homegirls, you can even bring your homegirls, and we're going to go to the dance club. I'm going to bring a couple homeboys. And then we're going to Denny's or IHOP afterwards, and that's where I get my talk.
Because now I'm already saucy. We ain't having no real context conversation. We not. And I ain't, or if we are, I ain't hearing you.
Because the club is so loud.
I want to see how you are. I don't like no silly drunk. But
that's something that will come. But the first date,
see, I'm different. That's why I say it came to a point like I had some bad relationships in the way to where I would relate to people. When we would first meet, I might go to a bar with you, or I might go like Malcolm say to a club with you, and we chill and go out and do whatever afterwards. And it's like we were both buzzed, and the whole night you really don't get to know them. Especially if they bring their homegirl. Like I bring my partner, she bring her partner.
No.
And it's like, because she acting a certain way in front of her. Her partner's gonna be in her ear.
We just having a good time.
Yeah,
but we're not getting to know each other.
We're not getting to be intimate with each other.
They don't want to call, but they in the comments.
You will make a
Ed is
Zoo,
what
he said you would make a black-tastic chaperone. Hey Joe, what's up? Hey brother Ed. Hey Chris.
I'm late, but personal opinion, IHOP and Chipotle can go ahead and be removed from the list. You said I make a good chaperone.
He said you make a good chaperone.
Hey, I've been on dates with women and we got buzzed. Like we would get drunk, but it's like at the end of the night, I still don't know you. I just know how you handle your liquor. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm judging you based off that,
I can't date nowadays the individuals. I agreed to go on a date with before the date night. Sex, and I need time to get to really know someone before I claim them, and they can claim me. It's not cool out in this single life these days. Just because we got too many devices, we got too many representatives. Man. Like I'm gonna send my attorney before me. I'm gonna send Jesus, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I'm gonna send Like it's too many things we send before us, and too much we do dating on camera. That's why when people ask me that stuff, I'll be like, not the minute a guy asks me to send a pic or be on some kind of FaceTime or whatever it's called for us who have Android, my answer is a solid no. Because here's the thing: if you want to see me, make that time. This not how we make the time. Sorry. You want to see me? I want to see you for real. Okay, then do that. Pull up. Let's go. Let's meet somewhere. And that's because I'm grown. He already told y'all I was born in 1922. So the queen don't play that. All right. If you got to show up for real, because in my world of being from the 1920s, real men show up for the things that they want. Men show up for the things that they want. So it's no way that this is satisfying to you. If this is enough and we doing this day in and day out, to me, that tells me, yo, you knock out like crazy on porn. Everything that you do sexually, all your game is based on this device. If all your game is based on this device, I already know I don't want you.
Well, okay, on that point right there, I gotta jump in because I'm versatile. If I was in the dating pool, I'm very versatile. If you want to do this thing, I can do this thing. If you want to talk, I can talk. If you want to go to the club, I can go to the club. So that's why I don't have problems with.
But you can't be that versatile in your establishment. If you're versatile in your foundation to your home, how solid is that?
If I'm versatile
in the foundation of your home, how solid is it? If you mixing up, you go from using this particular material, you use the next material. Where is that foundational?
You're saying there's no consistency.
There's no consistency. And that may work for men, maybe some women, but I know for women, that doesn't provide any level of something I want to build something on.
But it's not predictable.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I hear a lot of women saying, it's boring if we just walk a straight line all the time. I love it that you're unpredictable and I never know what we're gonna do. Kind of thing.
Those type of women don't like you for real.
They don't.
Because a woman who wants to keep you, she wants you to build a foundation. We can like that. I can be all of those things. I'm a Gemini. I'm versatile all day and tomorrow. But 9 times out of 10, you a throwaway dude.
If I'm versatile.
If you maneuver in a way that there's nothing I can hold on to foundationally,
okay.
Versatility,
I've heard that before.
Or being open, that we rocking like this together, that's different. But all over the place, then you do it for everybody. And being like that for everybody says you a throwaway dude.
I've heard that before because I can be a chameleon. I can fit in anywhere. In a group of rednecks, I fit right up in there. But don't call me a redneck, call me a blackneck.
You know what? I feel what Brooklyn's saying on this because I don't like the whole video calling. Unless it's with my family, unless my nephew's calling me.
Once we establish, though, we wide open.
That's different. Once we in the door, once we figure out that we like each other and we really digging each other, then I'll pick up a video call you.
Sure.
But like in the, before we meet, it's like.
That's all we establishing this on.
I believe you should show someone that, hey man, what's up? Come see me.
And it's not just a video call, because even before this, even in the 1920s when we just used a telephone, well, maybe not in the 1920s you used a phone, but as I got older and we used a telephone in the 50s or 60s, just talking to you, we had hotlines and all these things, right? Before we had this stuff where you video, and people would do that too. But we had what they used to call pen pals.
Oh yeah, we used to write.
But that's it. At some point, if that's all that you're establishing on, you know what's going to happen. When I come from behind this camera and I come from behind this phone and I come from behind this pen and pad, it's a whole lot of the fucking disappointment.
Exactly. No, that's true.
It's a whole it's just like what?
What do they call it? It's a term for it.
Nowadays,
when you're not what you appear on
catfishing. Now that's intent. That's more intentional.
Man, I'm hungry. I want some catfish. Shoot, he said, "I'm gonna make me some fish."
That's a serious thing. That's real intentional
What was
effort
that,
is put into catfishing.
On Friday, where she said she looked like Janet Jackson over the phone, and so he said, "Man, you look like Freddie Jackson."
Freddie Jackson.
That's happened in growing up on the phone. You'd be like, "Oh my God, he sounds so
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah." And then you meet him, you like,
Anybody from Houston, if
This
you
is terrible.
remember the Houston Chat Connection, would you ever get on the chat lines on the phone?
When I was a kid, and you remember late at night, the TV.
Oh,
would
the
go
sex
off.
lines. No.
Yeah. I tried it. Yeah.
No.
You wasn't out here for $1 a minute, was you?
I got my ass tore up.
I know you did.
'Cause the
That bill was
showed up on
high.
the phone.
Yeah.
I know
been
you
high.
did.
It was something called, I remember the intro like it was yesterday. Welcome to the Houston Chat Connection, where Houston comes to party and meet. And that's what used to make your intro. Excuse me, used to make your intro and say your name, make your intro, and then you would talk to whoever was sounding. Look, I met a couple girls at Northline Mall back in the day. Because it used to be depending on what hood you was in. So it was like, all right, wherever the bus would go, we ain't had no cars. So it was like, all right, where you at?
But
You
that's
wanna-
exactly my point. We only gonna have but so many of these conversations. Somebody need to pull
Yeah, we're
up.
gonna have to meet
We
up.
need to
You know
meet-
what I'm saying?
We need to meet up.
That's true. So I agree with that. Like the whole send me a picture and like I say, man, I ask my wife for that now or once you get into a relationship. But like when you first starting off, that little key is kind of creepy on the man's side and the woman's side. Because
Very.
women be asking for that shit
Don't
too.
be
Like,
yes, they
you know
do.
what I'm saying? They be
But
like,
don't
hey.
nobody send me no damn body parts unless your ass want to end up in a morgue. That's all I'm telling you. That's your body parts belong in the morgue, not in my
dude,
phone.
I've had women send me stuff before Jessica.
Oh yes.
And they're out of nowhere. Like the conversation wasn't even freaky. And I just get a picture text. I'm like, something wrong. What did it say? It didn't say picture text. It would say, you have an image file or some shit. I'm like, all right, maybe she sent one of these little laughing things. It would be her in some like t-shirt and panties saying, what you doing? I'm like, I'm at the, what?
Too much.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
But then all these women be out here talking about I don't want nobody to want me just for my body.
That's
and
what
all the men be like,
yeah.
I don't want nobody to want me for my money. But that's all y'all keep.
That's all you
presenting.
give it. And you know what? It's a fake persona too, especially when you offering up your your Instagram pages or your Facebooks or whatever you got. You offering that up. Like, go look at my page and see about me. Like, nah, let's talk.
Oh God, I hate.
Let's talk. Like,
every time somebody tells me, "Oh, you can," I'll be like, "Yeah, I won't."
exactly.
You can check me. No, I won't.
Nah.
When they say what?
Look
You
at my
can
Instagram.
Look at my Instagram,
or whatever it
just
is.
send
Yeah,
you
that's-
to a social media.
Yeah.
You don't know how to talk
That's-
for yourself.
You're right. No gift to gab.
Something
and,
is wrong.
Right. You don't know how to speak for yourself. And I've had I think I'm not sure if I mentioned it on this show or not, but one of my buddies, one of my homeboys, doesn't have much gift to gab. He's just a straight shooter. If he strikes out, he strikes out.
Mhm.
And he's gonna shoot at you raw, like saying some stuff he shouldn't say. Not a gentleman. A gentleman wouldn't say. So I'm always his wingman because I'm more suave. Did I say that?
I remember you telling me
You
that.
a wing. Is
But
you
you know-
you talking about that same baby boy you always wingman and
Yeah.
for?
Yes.
I think if you shoot it straight, I always said this, man. If you come to people honestly, like even when I met Jessica, I came at her like, I don't even want to say brutally honest. I came at her genuinely honest. Like, hey man, you look good. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, you really turning me on, but I do want to get to know you.
And to me, and here's the thing. That's to me, that's respectable, right? When men, I hate that men are in a place where they feel like they have to apologize for being a man. A man telling you, "Oh, you sexy. I'm turned on by you." You're a man.
Yeah.
I'm a woman. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just don't let. I think just like with anger and hormones, you let it get the best of you. You're not in
You're not in
charge
control
of.
of
You're
shit,
not
yeah.
in mastery of yourself. So it gets the best of you, and you act out of that anger, or you act out of those hormones in a way that ain't gonna get you what you need or what you want.
Yeah.
It's no problem understanding that I'm attracted to you. You look good. You sexy. Oh, I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm a whole woman
Now-
for whoever that my type of woman is attractive to, right? So I'm never gonna hold you or fault you for that. I'm gonna say thank you, but you just need not let that take you to a whole nother place or
Yeah.
dimension. And the same thing with women. You see a man that's you attractive to, how you approach him saying he's attractive or whatever, that's all good. But when you start taking it to levels where you upping it up and then he come for it and now you got an attitude, says you need to chill with that, because he came for what you offered up. So you could have just simply told that brother he looked good.
Yeah.
And you are extreme, you are very sexy, you're attractive to me, and that's it. It doesn't have to be all touching and feeling and you doing the most, and then now you mad because why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat?
Ain't
You
nothing but
woke up the dog.
in
You cannot be mad at that.
Well, see, my thing with that is a lot of dudes don't have any tact. They're just there's no tact.
Everybody
There's
got different ways of doing things. I agree with you on that.
True.
Yeah,
You know.
there's no.
But if you know yourself, don't you know who to approach? A pimp doesn't approach all women.
no, he approaches the vulnerable.
He pays attention. He
Hmm.
studies. He knows who and when
Right.
to maneuver.
Right.
So just pay attention. So if you just an ignorant ass, then you might want to figure out everything that we talk about. It leads back to you understanding yourself.
True.
There's an audience for you.
Exactly.
There is an audience for you. However your freak flies, there's an audience for you.
Exactly.
When you step out of your lane, that's when you're gonna bump, have a little bumper car situation. Because you're gonna be like, nah, that ain't my thing, how I roll, bro. You need to go over there with that.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's not shaming you. You just need to know what league you in, the Justice League. Which league are you in? That's it.
Exactly.
And that's okay. I think you should do it how you do it, because that's the only way you're gonna meet people who rock like you rock. If you represent something else, that's why everything is always ending, because you're not meeting up, you're not presenting yourself as yourself. So you're not meeting up with people who rock how you rock. You presenting yourself like a clean cut, smooth brother, quiet, stay to yourself, and then you taking me to some place where they got whips and chains and all kinds of things going on. Be like, what the fuck?
What's happening?
When did that happen?
Yeah.
All these days we went on, they was all clean cut and up to par. And
Yeah.
then you
can't
got
be
me out
funny.
here. We just suddenly dipped off into dungeon.
You got. You know what? That's
Let me
one
know
thing.
that up front.
I ain't that versatile.
I mean, just let me know up front though.
That's one thing
So
I
I
give
can know.
to dating people. If you out here, if you're single, if you looking or whatever, be yourself from the start.
From the start.
That's what I tell all these little, I won't say youngsters, but that's what I tell all these little youngsters out here. Like when they'll see me and Jessica out or something, I had one kid, I'm walking to the gas station, he's like, hey man, don't women like it when you look like this and do this? I said, man, let me tell you something. Different women like different things.
That's
but I
right.
can say this, like you said earlier, what women like, they like it when you yourself. Because they'll know, well, I like that kind of brother. Because they might not like you, but they'll respect you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So they
yes.
might not, they might, I don't really like him because he
Yes.
do this, and this. But, or I do like him because he do this, and this. But when you yourself, you have the multiple choices to where you can pick. You know, you give the women a chance to know who they getting in bed
That's
with.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh damn.
And for both men and women at the
Exactly.
same time, do make up your mind. You want a chance at respect. you want to gamble on a one night deal, or you want respect.
Exactly.
I am gonna I could recognize if somebody's that's not my type, but I can respect you
Exactly.
as the who that you are.
Exactly.
How do you know so much about pimps? Because I am one. In real time, my great aunt was a madam in California, and she drove a pink Cadillac. That's the word.
Oh, wow.
So, hey, pimp in my DNA.
We have some more comments up here. I don't want to.
Ed had asked me what is a woman, and I
Yes.
say woman because I don't like when people say if you was a real man, if you was a real woman, because when a doctor when you came out, the doctor was like, "It's a boy, it's a girl." You was a real man, you was a real woman, right? So I just say woman because that can mean anything. I don't want to say if you're a grown woman, because that could mean anything. It's not an age thing. It's not a whatever. And more importantly, a woman is that woman who could look at that woman in the mirror and love her some her. That's me. I'm a woman.
A woman. Okay. A woman who can look at the mirror and love herself.
Love herself as she is.
That's I agree with that, brother Ed. And also the one thing I gotta say though, it's your definition. I might say dating and mean one thing, and you might say dating and mean one thing.
Yeah.
You might say courting and mean something, and it's definition. So you got to make sure to define what you're saying to people. Because
I think dating has replaced courting, and then I think what we would have considered dating is called hooking up or something like that. Yeah. And
even now, if I say, man, if I tell some women like, hey, let's hook up then and let's talk about it. Oh, don't you got a wife? I say, yeah, but we can all hook up. I'm not.
It's a real serious language.
Yeah, thing. It's a language barrier within a language. Linguistics is very heavy. So I think that's why I said define what you mean when you even if these words ain't a part of your vocabulary. Say the word that you use, but we got to make sure we know what everybody is saying because I forgot who it was. Malcolm or Martin said when you having a conversation with white folks, you could say one thing and they can say the exact same thing, and you're saying two different things.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying.
Which is why you just don't do singular words, right?
Yeah,
which is why you have a conversation because a conversation consists of other words that support the word, right? So if someone is saying to me, we're in a dating relationship, I would expect to hear more, or I would most certainly ask, what does that mean to you?
And then look at their actions. If they say we're in a dating relationship and they're not talking to nobody else but you, that means they feeling you.
But we have to be careful about that because we as females have spent many seasons taking just what we look at and hear and putting it together as being more than what it is. Because y'all are full of trickery. Y'all allow us to see and put together whatever it is we think it is, so that you can easily say, "I never told you. I never told you that."
I agree with that.
And when I say y'all loosely, I'm just talking about generally, men and generally speaking. I'm not talking about y'all, but in general, that's been a thing. And also, just an old school tip, because I was born in 1922. Most women be popping a collar because they always doing the breaking up. In my coming up, most women did the breaking up. Men allowed you to do the breaking up. They allowed you to do breaking up to make you feel good about yourself, and so that they didn't have to take the responsibility of being the one to break up with you. So you got to be careful about that kind of stuff. Y'all be holding on, trying to be, y'all be so excited, popping your collar like, I never, don't nobody ever break up with me. I be doing all the breaking up. Yeah, it's a reason. They got a little science going on to that with them. So y'all,
you gotta watch out for the TV you talk to. I have, damn, that's funny. Yeah, you gotta watch out who you talk to, man. Watch their actions and just be honest with me. I have planted in the head of women sometimes where I'm gonna tell you why some men. Let me tell you why I do it, and maybe a few people around me do it. When you let the woman break up, it's more because, one, you don't want to hurt their feelings. Two, some women, if you break up with them, it's a problem.
Yeah.
They're going to follow you around. Yeah. They're going to call you. They're going to be at your door now. Hey, who's in there? Whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it could be a serious problem.
Yes.
And that's why both ways, but you got to watch out who you talking to, men and women. Because I've broken up with some women, and this is just in high school. Like, how did you get here? Don't you got school today? Like, how did you get here? And how did you know where I was at? And blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you take that to another level as you get older. You allow a woman into your house, which is why I say I agree with that one. The house should not be a first place for anybody. But once you let someone in your atmosphere and they know where you at and you break up with them because you like, hey, man, I'm not really feeling this for whatever reason. Women can be real dangerous. I'm not saying men can't either, because I've known of some men stalking, like, man, I went to that bitch house today. Wait, you just told me last week you didn't want to be with her. So she broke up with you, and now you're at her house trying to figure out why. So it go both ways. But yeah, just watch out, man, because you're right. Because sometimes people can plant that in your head.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that and make you break up with them. But see, I can
Hey,
take a breakup.
Y'all be swearing because he don't break up with you, but he be doing everything. He be doing the most.
Not returning
He
your
be
calls.
he be doing the most. That's disrespectful. And you just thinking, well, it's up to me whether I break up. Girl, let that zero go.
Let the ego go, man. Let the ego
let
go.
that ego get you following a whole bunch of the wrong stuff.
Yeah, I want to say this too,
Yeah,
man,
you
while you dating, because we're going to switch topics in a minute. I want to say this while you dating people. First off, you should always have, when you date, I'm about to say something about that for years. When you're in the courtship, you're married within 9 years, but definitely married sooner than dating is essential. And yeah, I was just going to say that. Why are you talking to somebody? Have standards, man. You know what? When people write goals nowadays, this is the popular thing, man. Write down what you want to do, put this much time on it so you're not faking the front or faking, what you're doing, faking your movements. Put standards on, and this goes for whether you in a relationship like man and woman or your partner. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I've had some partners in my life where it's like, man, we're gonna do something or not. And I'm still waiting. Now, of course, I moved on, but
yes,
when you're in a relationship with someone, put timelines on it, or put meeting points on it. Like, hey, man, if we're gonna be talking, let's do this by this point. I feel like we at the point
and the
now.
girls tell you not to do that because they said people don't like ultimatums, and that feels like ultimatum.
And that's cool. That's how you know you don't need to be in that situation.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta
you.
love and liberate yourself enough to know to remove yourself from somewhere where you not wanted, or not even not wanted, where you're not respected.
Absolutely.
Where you're not loved. If you tell someone, hey, I really don't want to do this, unless we talking about doing something big, and you can't respect that, then you might want to make a move early. So put standards and put timelines on it. Like, say, hey man, I feel like we've had sex, I've cooked for you, we've traveled. Are we gonna be a family? Do you want to get married? Do you want to purchase some property to get?
So how do you feel about having those conversations up front?
That's the only way you should have them.
Some people feel like that is too much up front, and I'm like, no. If you tell people what you're looking for or what your plan, I don't even have to tell you what I'm looking for. These are my plans.
Mm-hmm.
Either you can be or coincide with those plans, or it's okay.
You should do that. I think when you start something, you should tell people, hey, right now in my life, this is what I'm trying.
Maybe it's the approach. Maybe it's the words that people use.
It's the people in the relationship.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And if you get to know someone, you'll know how to say something.
Mm.
But when I came to you and asked you to be on the show, I told you straight up, man, I like your energy. I like the people that was coming in for you. I wasn't joshing and jiving with you at all.
Mm-hmm.
And you was like, cool. You accepted my invitation.
Mm-hmm.
You said you was feeling my energy too, and we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I would have called you and been like, hey, how's your day going? You got a nice voice like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, what?
I would have been on, so the audience knows I'd have been on the phone. I would have said, what the fuck do you want?
Exactly.
I literally would have, and people would be like, you so short. I'm not that way up front.
Yeah.
But if you do something like that, I'm going to get right to it.
Exactly. Yeah. My voice is nice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I'm going to get to what you want immediately. I'm not going to let you go on. I'm going to hear the first 2 seconds, whatever, and then I'm not going to let it go on. Let's cut to the chase. What are you talking about here? Because I'm not sure, and I need to be sure what you're talking about.
And she hit it right. That's why I said it like that. When you talking to people, jiving around, joshing around, BSing, whatever,
mm-hmm.
whether you say it or
you Bobo.
Yeah, whether you say it or not, they're wondering what is it that he's leading up to.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you propose to somebody, hey, we've been together 5+ years, we did this, oh my god, yeah. No, I was asking if you wanted to go on a cruise with me.
Man, don't play with nobody.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
be upfront. Like when you first meet somebody, treat it like a job interview. Give them your resume. Hey, I was in this relationship, but I left because of this reason. Always take accountability of yourself. Don't go into what the hell happened with the other person. Hey, I was doing this. I left because of this reason. If you talk to her, she might say her reason, but this is how I feel. This is what I did wrong. This is what I did right.
Absolutely.
This is my attitude. This is stuff I did with Jessica. And you know what? When you do that, this is one thing I really hate. I missed out on a lot of relationships with women, particularly, because I was so, like you said earlier, my hormones harmonicized me. I let my hormones play the harmonica for me.
So I just want to say whatever it is that she needs, so I can get to where I need to be.
Exactly. Instead of missing out on a beautiful spirit who could have gave me some wisdom, who could have gave me some opportunity, who could have listened when I needed someone to listen. You know what I'm saying? This is another reason why I'm telling you to be upfront.
That's a real conversation.
Yeah.
That's real talk. And I think you brought about something else really great. You said, be your resume. Because here's the funny thing. Whether it's a business partner you're poaching, a job you're poaching, or you're networking and poaching, you are presenting your best self, right? What you can do. I mean, a lot of y'all be lying, but anyway, you
for our truth
but you
seekers out
don't
there.
necessarily want to do that in relationships. And I'm not sure how you believe that's not important. You see that question Brother Ed asked?
Adultery, cheating is rampant amongst us. Why? Finish that and then we'll get into that real quick.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Like you, if you're going to put your best foot forward anywhere else, why wouldn't you for a relationship?
Why wouldn't you
make your intention
for yourself?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to be at peace with yourself while you with somebody else? Why don't you have respect for yourself? You know what I'm saying? If I'm going somewhere, and let's just say, I hate to use shit like this, but first thing that come to my mind, it might be my ignorance. If I'm going to get something off somebody real quick, right? I say, hey, just ride with me over here right quick. I'm going to pick up something. You know what I'm saying? And I go in there, give myself, I come in with a sack of weed. You know what I'm saying? I thought you was picking up something else. I'm like, oh, you can't do that in a relationship. You got to be straight up, hey, I'm going to pick up some weed so I can get high.
I don't think we understand how all of those decisions and actions affect
the other. Exactly.
There's a lot of people who gotten a lot of trouble from stuff like I didn't know. I was literally innocently rolling with you because I trust you or whatever.
Or getting picked up in a stolen car.
Yes.
Or getting picked up with stolen shit in the car.
Yeah.
See, I was never that dude, and I was stuck this one. As soon as I don't care if you was a woman, man, I was dating you, you was my homeboy. As soon as you get in, hey, I got some shit in the car. I'm just letting you know. You getting in at your own risk.
Because people respect that you don't take away my choices on both sides of the fence.
Exactly.
Don't take away my choices.
Exactly.
Allow me to decide if this is something I want to participate in. Don't nobody like being tricked, hoodwinked, bamboozled. That's not a good feeling.
Exactly.
Nobody enjoys that feeling. Being manipulated, all that kind of stuff. Nobody enjoys that.
Exactly.
And then why do you have to ask yourself, why do I have to do this to get with this person? If I have to do all of these things to be with this individual, it's probably a good chance that I shouldn't be.
Exactly.
For whatever reasons.
Exactly.
I'm not confident enough. It's not the relationship for me. Whatever it is, it's still going to come back to you. I know y'all hate this when I say this, especially my peoples. And I always say it's Jesse Powell who can sing it to you sweetly, but baby, it's you. Everything we do is going to come back to ourselves. There's a duality of responsibility. I love when you said that. Relationships break apart for all different reasons, right? But the two people showed up for the relationship. It failed. We failed. The relationship failed. That's it. Is there a 50-50, 60-40 reason why? I'm sure. But it doesn't matter. We failed. Yeah. That's it. Our relationship is a pass fail. Whoever got this grade or that grade doesn't matter. You passed in this relationship is great. It passed or it failed.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. That means we came together and we did something successfully, or we came together and we failed at it.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter who's right, who's more right, or who's more wrong.
That's irrelevant.
Because we both played a part in it.
Exactly.
That's all that matters.
Just take accountability for what you did, man. You gotta have a conversation before you have sex. You gotta have every conversation before you have. You should not enter anybody,
man,
before you have some type of contract or connection. You should not be doing that. Like, this goes out to the people who are single, to the kids out here that's in high school, to the men, and to these little boys and these little girls. No one should be entering your vicinity, or you should not be entering anybody's vicinity without first knowing what's in there. What's in the mindset? Will she have your back? Will he have your back? They have to respect you first.
Even a booty call?
If you're going for those reasons, then let it be known, hey man, I just want to fuck. But we gotta have more respect for it. Man, look, check this out, man. We've all been, I hate to use the word single, but we all been without an other half, right? So sometimes you might just be wanting to have sex. And like she said earlier, there's a crowd for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're talking about having someone in your atmosphere, sometimes you got to have that discipline. You can't let your hormones control you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying it's wrong to have a one-night stand. There's nothing wrong. Like, I genuinely mean that. There is nothing wrong with that. But if you're talking about having a relationship, which is what we're talking about, you got to let people know who you are. And you got to tell them to live up to your standard. Not a standard you've seen on TV, on the Instagram, or something that's a list on here, which is why I have this on here. You write yourself a list of places that you wouldn't want to be on the first date. You write yourself a list of qualifications that the man should either already have or you want them to attain or ascertain. You know what I'm saying? And men do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Write you a list. I need a woman that's going to do. First off, write a list of what you're doing and how you want someone to compliment you. And if they don't compliment you in the way of a relationship, then maybe y'all are meant to be just friends.
That's right. And that's okay.
And that's cool.
That is okay. I used to date someone who I gotta have a woman who cooks. Right.
Uh-huh.
And my friends used to think he was such a male chauvinist. And I didn't. You know why? That brother, everything that he expected or wanted from a woman, he gave. He cooked plenty meals. He served up plenty meals. He didn't say, yeah, I cooked something that's in the kitchen. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything that he had expectations of, he also delivered. The only time those types of things, expectations, etc., are a problem is if you just want to receive them.
Right. And not reciprocate anything.
Exactly.
I need a man who pays bills. You don't pay your own bills.
You know what I'm saying?
You need to go to restaurants that are at the top of the roof and you can't take yourself. I've never, and I've been treated very well by Black men. I've never been someplace though that I couldn't do it for myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not just riding your dime and getting my life experience on your dime. I don't look for those type of men today.
Exactly.
But I would go to any place I've ever been taken. I could go sit there by myself and do it real well, real lovely, not cheat myself out of nothing. So those are the things.
Right.
It's stuff like that. But it's so many people that you want to get a fantastic experience.
Yeah.
And you're not one.
Exactly.
You want to receive a fantastic experience and you yourself are not a fantastic experience.
Exactly. And on that note, a buddy of mine, another radio station owner, posted this. I'm gonna change the game up right quick. I know y'all are off subject and you're trying to get back to it, but y'all keep bringing up dope conversations. He posted this earlier. He has a guest tonight, and the guest, her post went viral because of what I'm about to show you. So he called her to the station. He's in Arkansas, so shout out to Lil Rock.
Lil Rock.
What's up, Lil Rock?
Lil Rock Obama. He owns the Real Underground radio station in Little Rock, Arkansas. This is what she posted. This is the guest right here. She's on the show tonight, and he's interviewing her right now because she posted this. This is what a man wants. She's writing from a woman's perspective.
If that's her list, I'm shoot.
There's nothing to disagree with.
Nah.
And that's not just his list. That's a list of exchange.
Exactly. I told Jessica
that's a pure list of exchange.
Yeah. I like
and
that's
the one thing we don't understand. The duty is in the duality of responsibility that we have for one another. When we enter into a relationship, we're entering into an exchange, a beautiful exchange, chock full of choices. We're not trying to take away one another's choices. We're engaging in one another. And that is the problem. But that's because most people can't engage with themselves.
There it is.
If you can't
Yeah.
engage with yourself, you have nothing that you want to share with someone else.
Shit.
It doesn't. I mean, and then when you do it, all the other shit is beautiful. That's when sex is amazing. It's not just I need to get my hormones jump off. Because here's the thing: both parties need their hormones satisfied.
Exactly.
Y'all. Again, I was born in 1922, so there used to be milkman and mailman babies for a reason. Now they're probably called FedEx and Amazon babies.
Yeah.
But maybe not, because they keep a timer. They didn't keep a timer with the milkman and the mailman back in the day. So when he made his delivery, he made his delivery. And if he made his delivery to a horny household, he was getting it, because we don't have those conversations. The hormones in a woman, when they rage, and almost anybody could get it, even from the best, most classy woman, whatever, almost anybody, because I need to get this off. There are some off subject, but back in the day, when I wrote my first book, I wrote about this. Women used to go to the doctor to have sex by a doctor hand cranking a dildo because she had to relieve herself. Those hormones are serious.
Damn.
I didn't know that.
So it's funny, but it's real, right? A hand crank dildo. Men were told, and because women were taken away in paddy wagons to a crazy house because of those hormones. Men were told and knew that they had to have sex with their wife when she was raging out of control to calm her down. It's serious. So the world makes it seem like a man just need to get his stuff off. No, we do too.
No, that's true.
Women do too. So it's a reason why a whole bunch of stuff happens that you don't necessarily want to happen, but it got to happen. It's bigger than you.
Yeah.
It becomes bigger than you. So so yes, I said that to say there has to be an understanding that we know everybody got to get their wetting off. Everybody got to get it off. It's a huge necessity. And it's a huge necessity for us because health-wise, so I'm sure ejaculation is important for men just as it is for women.
No, that's true.
We have to have a full-on orgasm. It is necessary to keep us balanced and in tune. All that shit we be talking about, meditate and she literally, just like Spike Lee says, she got to have it.
Yeah.
She got to have it.
I agree with that.
So that's another reason why women have the pressure to have relationships, to be in a relationship. When you try not to be, what's a part of all of us? That's another thing I wrote in my book. Every woman has a lady in a tramp. That's right. Your mama, your grandmama, every woman. It's just a decision that we make.
Yeah.
It's a decision that we make. And if you don't believe it, ask yourself why all them housewives and all the holy women was coming out to take pole dancing classes when they first started. Every woman has a lady and a tramp. Every single one of us.
A lady in the what?
Tramp. What you call me?
Lady in the street.
Tramp. What you call me? Every last single one. Just some feed more one side of herself more than the other, on either direction. And
sex is very necessary, man.
Necessary.
That's true. Sex is very necessary.
It's necessary, but a woman needs to have more than just the sex. I mean, when she's in that moment I gotta have it, she don't care. But that's why we push to have solid relationships, because we want the tramp to be satisfied, but we don't want to actually be a tramp.
True.
We don't want to spread it wide everywhere.
You want to be that with your man. Like I know plenty of women.
You want to be all of that with your man.
You'll get with a woman and you'll meet maybe an ex of hers and conversations happen. 3 or 4 blunts get passed around and some good weed. You figure out, I didn't know. Like, well, she was never like that with me, and it's like
she wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
The vast majority of women, you will never know her until you marry her.
Yeah,
Until
so
she's in that.
exactly.
space.
So you like you say, it's a balance. And once you get with that one, I think she had that on her list. Is I'm there to
Yes.
take the stress off and balance.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And we in relationships, because we're about to flip it here in a minute, and I want to add to it. I want to flip it while talking about this. When we get into relationships, it is good for the prostate. When we get into relationships, right, with anything, it has to be a balance.
Yes.
You got to have a balance, man, because it's even within your own conscience. When you're in a relationship with yourself, like you said, every lady has a lady in a tramp, or for those who know it, a lady in the street, a freak in the sheet. Same thing, different way of saying it. And every man, it's the same thing. It's some things that a man will do. This is crazy, right? I had a guy tell me that he let his wife.
Chief.
He let his wife play with his butthole. He said, "Well, I let my
Hey,
wife
John.
do it." Look, Malcolm shaking his head, no. And I looked down, I said, "Man, you just telling me that to fuck with me?" Like he said, "No, man, it ain't gay, or it don't even matter if it is gay. My wife is doing it. I'm good." I would have never thought he would say that.
But the marital bed is undefiled.
Exactly.
You do whatever you want.
You do whatever you want within the confines of your bed,
that's
because
right.
he opened up to her like that. I'm not
Yes.
gonna say the brother's name because some men don't know how to handle that. But when he told me that, I was like, damn. Okay. But along with other things, he was trying to prove a point. He said, man, when you're in a relationship with someone, that's y'all's relationship.
That's y'all's
That's your holy grail. That's
right.
where you were at. That's where you come to be yourself, learn different things, whether it be sexually, whether it be knowledge-wise, whether it be perspective. Yeah, learn and unlearn different things, and not to bring that shit out here in here.
That's right.
I got it. Y'all's conversation.
Malcolm got his church finger up.
Yeah.
He got the church finger up.
Yeah, my deacon finger is up. Y'all conversations be so dope, man. I be trying to sit here quiet, but the conversations y'all bring up, man, are fantastic. So I have a lot of experience with this one, and that is not personally, but in college I did case studies on homosexuality. And some of them dudes were turned out by their wives, their girlfriends. Why? How? Because just like you have a gateway drug, you might start on weed and you graduate into heroin, because you don't get high anymore on weed. Your what you call it? Your tolerance is so huge for weed. You got to graduate to something else. Same thing with some of these dudes I did case studies on. Man, how did you get to? I mean, how did you? You weren't born gay, so how did you become gay? Well, man, I started out with my gal or my wife, and they was licking back there. And,
that's an excuse, man. He was already gay.
And then I wanted more. I wanted more.
I see what you're saying.
If you feed yourself when you're hungry, is it the hunger's fault?
It's not the hunger. It's nature's fault.
Right.
But you already wanted.
You fed your hunger. They just feeding their hunger.
That's it.
It is who they under mask, undercover, subconsciously chose to be. That's where it started.
Exactly.
But the desire, the hunger
was already there. So
that's the part that there's never an admission to.
I'm gonna say this about homosexuality.
And all those things.
I'm gonna say this about homosexuality. And the people that I've met that ended up being homosexual, one, it's different now. Because I know a lot of men, I know some men that told me they ended up being gay, but I never knew they was gay until I talked to them. Till you really got to know them. Family members especially. Whereas I got older, I was like, oh man, I never knew. But from what they told me, they was already like that. They already liked it. And or a situation happened and they're not really what our definition of, because back in the day, gay just meant happy. Faggot was a cigarette, all this other shit. So definition, it don't really mean
all
shit.
Those things changed.
I just threw that out there. It don't mean shit.
Just rainbow.
But all that stuff
got sucked up in a whole nother way.
But they were homosexual. They liked the same sex. Some of them did it out of trauma. So you got plenty of reasons. Because I done so-called, I've read, really, I've talked to people. And talking to them is like, yo, some people can turn it on, turn it off. Some women can be like, yeah, I could be with a woman, but I love me some dick. Or if I got with the right guy, yeah, I might.
But nobody trips over women being.
No one really trips. No one trips over. Yeah, exactly. As much as they do with men.
Not that nobody does, but as much as.
Yeah. And it depends on who you asking once again. So yeah, I feel you on that part. But what I was saying with him to prove a point was that's your sanctuary as a couple. That's where you go. It's for nobody to judge but you and her.
Yeah, but so many relationships, and this goes back to y'all's original conversation about relationships. So many relationships come outside of the bedroom anyway. Discussing outside of the bedroom what y'all do, what couples do inside.
That's where I said earlier in the podcast, in the cast, whatever, in the radio show, that you got to be careful what you let into your atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True. Very true.
I
mean, you got to if you don't respect the sacredness between you and the person you're in love with, loving, relating to, exchanging with, that's on y'all.
Yeah.
That is a sacred space and it's sexy as hell. And you should want to make that sacred.
Exactly.
You should want that to be sacred to y'all. However y'all go about that, but that's in y'all sphere. That's y'all sphere of how you relate with one another, and that should be like golden.
Exactly.
And the truth be told, that's what everybody's looking for. They out here fronting, and I don't care whether they sleep with same sex, different sex. I don't care. That's what everybody is looking for. I promise you that.
Everybody wants someone that, because you know what? You eventually, I don't like using the word get old. You mature through life, and to go through that maturity with no one there to witness it with you, to tell you, hey.
But you don't mature out of sex. Let's make that clear.
Oh no, not maturing out of sex.
You know, I was born in 1922, so I don't want nobody to have no wrong thoughts
personally.
about. I don't want nobody to have no wrong thoughts about us that was born in that time.
Yeah, you mature in sex. So the way you had sex in 1922 up until you and your partner 1982 has matured. Your attitude towards her has matured. The way you handle her has matured, and vice versa. So everybody wants someone to witness their maturity.
And many of us have been introduced to our bodies and sex in the most vile, vicious way.
True.
The vast majority. So a lot of your time is spent working your way through that or enacting it because it can go the other way too.
Exactly.
But because we're not introduced to our bodies and ourselves and sex in a very real, natural, authentic, a real way,
like that
then it makes it difficult. We're introduced by peers, we're introduced and they don't know nothing. And if they're influenced by perverts or we're influenced by perverts, it's so many different ways that sex thing goes. It's not positive. And our bodies, it's not necessarily positive for the vast majority. I'm not saying everyone, but for a good majority. So then you start relating. Your first relationships are just awkward. So yes, maturing through that process and you breaking through to get to the good part, to get to when it's beautiful sex. Because honestly, good sex doesn't even have to have a actual penis into a vagina meeting. You could actually have great sex without that even happening. You could actually get to where you need to get to in ecstasy without those things even coming together.
True.
Those are a part of the situation, but they're not every part, and they're not necessarily the most sexiest part. Especially if you and that person are engaged in that exchange, man, please. It's all kinds of beautiful things that can take place.
Sex can do it. You know what? For those of us who are so-called, so-called spiritual, try conjuring up some shit using sex. Like, genuinely try that. Now, you ain't got to go on the internet and tell everybody what happened. Because a lot of that goes on now, man. Everybody get on the internet and then everybody want to match that story. I had a story happen like this. Okay, whatever.
Because everybody's so damn Hollywood.
Yeah, everybody.
But in Hollywood, don't nothing happen. And y'all keep having these Barbie doll fantasy relationships. Let me tell you something about Barbie doll. Barbie doll and Ken are anatomically incorrect plastic dolls. That
Exactly.
means she don't have a vagina and he don't have a penis.
Yeah.
And Barbie got her name on everything. Stone cold emasculating the hell out of Ken. And he borderline, he don't know which side he want to go on. He don't know whether he want to be gay or straight.
Yeah.
And he turn around, I think he fucked her little sister Christy.
All that,
Y'all want to
man.
have all these fake relationships.
Yeah.
Man,
Don't. So
get you some real.
get your relationship, keep that to yourself, and try conjuring up something. Like talk about something before you have sex. Talk about it while you're having sex. Say, hey, man, I can't wait till we get this.
Man.
Try something different in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Put the kids to bed, or put them at the grandma's house if you can. Whatever it is, or if you don't have kids, just do it. But try using sex for something other than busting a nut. You know what I'm saying? If you do that,
if you get to that experience, yo, you on something.
Yeah, that's
experience.
Just something. A little something different to do, man. And then I'm gonna give you something else. Don't go into the intercourse right away, because I'm about to switch topics now for real.
Facts.
Don't go into the intercourse right away. Whatever you want to call it, foreplay, building it up, do whatever. Don't go to right away, man.
Because if you do, you lame.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, build each other up. Talk for a minute.
You
Come
said
back
the
and
perfect
do it
word.
again.
Conjure.
Yeah, conjure it up, man.
Conjure it up.
Get it going to where it's like when you do it, it's like, oh, snap. So just something for the couples out there, for people who's together, whatever you want to call yourself, married couple. Try that, something a little different. Speaking of couples, we're going to talk about table because I want to get to that today. Hey, Malcolm, put that back up there real quick, the table. I've heard that a lot. That's what a man's G-spot is.
Well, it is back behind the scrotum.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It's not. It doesn't have to be in his.
Yeah,
but it's back behind him. Anyway,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? The transfer table, tangible action, building liberation. I'm gonna have a mixture here coming up soon. I got to get a different building for whatever reasons, but I have a mixer coming up soon, right? So I want to kind of explain in depth. I've said on plenty of shows, man, anytime you do something, you got to have purpose. There got to be a reason why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just throwing this to promote or have fun or get money, whatever reason you throw a mixer or be the next big mixer here in Houston or whatever. I'm very purposeful and specific on why I'm doing table. And the words are very purposeful and specific. So you know why you're coming. And if you watch any shows tonight or previously or afterwards, you'll get the energy of where I'm coming from and who's invited. You see what I'm saying? I'm doing this for this is phase one of what I'm doing. I'm gathering people, right? I'm gathering people. You go throughout people's whole houses, you see different kind of tables. You in here, you see different kind of tables. You got this glass table right here. You got this table that we got the microphones on. You go in there, you might see a table / desk in there, which is all a table with drawers is all a desk is, right? So we got different types of tables that you use stuff for. You're not going to put a wood saw on the kitchen table, and you're not going to put Thanksgiving on the building table, right? That's why I was saying table. I want everybody to bring their stuff to the table. Which table you need to be on? I'm glad you asked that question. When I do these things, I'm going to charge a certain price. So let's just say I charge $75. I'm going to have people here that's going to be donating their services whenever you purchase a ticket to where you get either a product or a service when you exit the mixer or the party or whatever, right? Because I'm about to show you, I'm not going to tell you no more. I'm about to show you how we can help each other. So if you're paying, let's just say you're paying $70 to make it even, or $60 so I can do the math in my head, right? So this is an example of what's going to happen. 20 might go to that lady who's selling soap or to the soul coach. You see what I'm saying? Whatever you decide to pick. And they're still going to give you X amount off of their normal prices, right? The other 20 or whatever is going to go to me and my family, so we can continue to do this, because we're doing all this out of our own pocket. Like the Newman Foundation said, I'm not gonna do no nonprofit. Not knocking anybody who is doing one.
Mhm.
I'm not doing a nonprofit. I want to prove that our people can come together and build something from scratch.
Mhm.
Everybody says it can't be done. Not everybody. It's the popular opinion that it can't be done. But aside from that, that's how I want to do it, because that's how I feel like the relationship should start off, which is why we were talking about relationships.
Mhm.
I got to be honest with it. You know what I'm saying? So if I charge you a certain price, the person who you getting stuff from is going to get something, right? I'm going to get something, and then I'm going to take something to keep this thing going.
Mhm.
You
That's
see
how
what
it's
I'm
supposed to
saying?
work.
So everybody's going to eat off this ticket. You know what I'm saying? Because they're giving their services, right? So Brooklyn Soul Coach, if you want to get more in tune with yourself, I'm not going to let, even if it's not a lot to begin with, you see what I'm saying? Because I got to build up the bank account before I can start, or I got to build up the bank before I can start giving out accounts, right?
Mhm.
Before I can have you, hey, come get an account here, because all banks do is already have money in there. So that's the reason why you can overdraw from the bank.
Mhm.
Food for thought, so you know what while I'm doing this. So the first one, it might not be a lot, but as it grows, it'll gain more money, so I can pay people to do more.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? I'm having the gathering first so I can see who all wants to bring something to the table. I had a brother tell me, he said, hey man, Gio, matter of fact, he was on the show. We was chopping it up. He said, man, whatever you need, just tell me. He said, and to be honest with you, if somebody's asking you for money for what they're doing, they're not really for the cause. Because I know you're not doing this just to make no money or to be popular. I know you're doing this because you really want to do it. Ever since I met you, this is all you've talked about. Because that's how we got cool, me and Gio, in the first place. We both worked at the sex club. When we'd be at the sex club chopping it up about the culture. Like, man, I want to do it. Like, oh, damn. So bringing something to the table. This is going to be a place, me and Brooklyn talked about this on the phone. This is going to be a place, a safe space to where you could bring your talents. Like, you used to go to the juke joint, meet all the underground cats who had the businesses. That's where they would talk to the normal folks. So you got somebody that's a millionaire in the juke joint with you, dancing with you and your wife, or just chopping it up, y'all drinking, doing whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's how you network, so-called network. You know, put people in your net and you start working with each other. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. Come to the table. But when you come to this party, I want you to bring what it is that you do. It don't got to necessarily be a business or a product. If you just say, hey, I'm a facilitator, I can put you in the room with this guy.
So that's what your gifts are, right?
Yeah.
Your gifts. So biblically, it says your gifts will make room for you, which your gifts is what we actually are supposed to be living off of. We're actually supposed to be acting in our gifts and living off of that. That's why we're discontent and disharmonious with ourselves, because we're in places that we have to be there and we're not able to use our gifts and our talents. You might be shunned far away from using your gifts and talents. But that's what that's what the table is. The table is everybody coming together, right? You come together, you bring something to the table, you leave with something from the table. It is a global, a community, a share space, right? And in that shared space, if you are a participant, then you participate in a lot of different ways. We talk about volunteering, tithes, but we don't talk about the many different ways how that looks. It it's not just monetary. And usually when you engage in exchange, if you were in a village somewhere, we might be exchanging things, or we might be exchanging money for a thing. You come together to the table. You come to the table together. That's where you build. That's where the building and the growing starts. That's why there's not a single person I've ever known who hasn't had struggle. But the one thing I've always heard our grandmas and mothers and stuff say is, I can't do much, but I can feed someone. And they don't even have much, but they know that what they have, they can put it together and bring it to the table and offer you something. So you come with something. You may come with your appetite, or you may come with the bread, and I made the stew, and you may, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
but you come together, and that's what the table is about. No one can free ourselves but us, because no one can understand us but us, and it has to begin somewhere, and we got to walk it like we talk it. This is an opportunity to put your money where your mouth is, and not just your money, but to put your money where your mouth is. In the Bible, he talks about, God talks about when he gave those talents to see to those three, I think it was three men, to see what they would do with it, right? They all did something different with those talents, that money, or whatever that he gave. Some people will make something of it and make it grow. Some people will spend it. Some people will hoard it, hold on to it, and never let it depart, right? So we just need people to come together and bring you to the table. Show up as yourself with your goods and service, or show up to be encouraged to walk through the process to get to that point where you can come the following year or the next quarter, whenever the next one is, so you have something to bring to the table. Nowhere where you go will you not garner something for yourself. And nowhere that you go will you not leave something of yourself. Exactly. So that's what the table is all about.
And you're going to leave with something. Every time I have one of these get-togethers, I go around asking people, hey, could you do this? However much you want to take off. Most of the time, my soap lady, Amber, y'all look out for, God, dog, I want to blank on her name of her soaps. My soap lady, she got the dopest soap. And I said, hey, man, you wouldn't mind just 5% off? She said, oh, I'll do 25%. I'm like, whoa. Okay, wait a minute. I just said 5. So I'm going to have people, I got somebody who's going to do facials. I got somebody who makes soaps. I got someone who does massages. I'm going to have a contest for couples and singles, to where if you win these tickets, it'll be an intimate night, and you can come in and you'll get all this stuff with either your spouse, or you come in and get it cause I want to have a singles party, people who are looking for each other, like we were just talking about, who genuinely are like, hey, I'm open to a relationship now. I'm in that spot.
So basically, he's not the plug, he's the thread, right? That's what we're missing.
Yeah.
We're missing the thread.
Yeah.
Black thread, black silk thread. Yeah. We are missing thread. My great grandmother taught me how to make a patchwork quilt. Huh. And a patchwork quilt is fabric from all different things, right? So if you get a tear in something or whatever, before you throw it away, she would cut all these squares and keep these squares. And then every now and then we would sit down and make this patchwork quilt that ends up telling a big story.
Yeah.
But we lack in thread in our community. We got a lot of plugs.
Yeah.
Plug you to hair pieces, plug you to weave, plug you to other things. But we're lacking thread.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of patches out here doing work in their own little patch. And when somebody can go out and say, hey, I see you, I see you, I see you. This is a great idea if you all come together. Ed does that a lot with matching up people to, I know you and I know you, but y'all don't know each other.
Exactly.
So let me bridge that gap or thread this patch to that patch. Eventually, once we all get threaded together, we're going to have this beautiful story.
Exactly.
This beautiful blanket that keeps you warm, that takes care of you.
Yeah.
And I think this is just great. I'm looking forward to the table.
Yeah, definitely. What's up, man?
Right quick. Ed,
he got
going off.
I see all his questions. That's why I kept looking up I see all his questions.
I didn't. I know you were trying to stick to your topic, but I don't want Ed to think I'm ignoring him. Ed is still on gay and born gay.
I see. I was reading his questions.
Is it gay, or are you different? Are you exploring your imagination? He's asking Brooklyn, love or being in love. Is there a difference? And I didn't want you to stray from your topic because I know you're trying to stick to it.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to think I'm ignoring him. So.
No, we're not ignoring you. We're going to get back to that in 1 second. Being gay and being in love. We got you.
You got them 3.
I just saw that. Yeah, we're going to get to that in 1 second. Let me get this and then we'll flip back over there to lighten it up. What you said is, I'm trying to go out and get people who actually want to.
No, not trying.
No, yeah. I'm going out and actually getting people who want, and I'm going to get genuine people.
Yes.
Like people I've talked to for a minute and then I'm just now putting it on. You
people
know,
who
or
want relationships.
exactly, and
People
everybody
who are courting.
yeah, and everybody I've talked to is like, damn, I can't wait for this to happen. Like, this is a good idea. Like, I definitely want to be down. So those are the people who gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing this 3 or 4 when I build the community, right? And I'm gonna do these parties right now to get people together. This is the main things I'm looking for. One, I need soldiers of all kinds, right? We get pulled over by who? Police, right? For any kind of registration, whatever the crap you get pulled over for, we know about what's happening. We need someone to protect us from that. Look, back in the 90s, if you get pinched with a nickel sack, they'll put you in jail for 15 years. Some people is just getting out for a nickel sack, but now you got weed stores on every or what do they call smoke shops on every corner. You got prostitution that you can go to jail for prostituting. And I'm not against no prostitutes. You know, a lot of them women, some of those women like what they do. They genuinely that's how they transfer energy, right? Not knocking it. But it's okay for them to have like you said earlier, a madam and have a house for people that are white to have that and they don't get arrested for it. Right? It's a professional business. Look at porn. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. They make billions of dollars off that. But if we go out here and do something like that, we're hoes, we're criminals. You demean these women and I haven't really talked to no men who do it, but you demean these women and men. They do. Yeah, they got it. I just haven't really talked to them. But you demean them, lock them up, make them feel like trash, whatever. You got the child services getting called on parents because a teacher thinks that the kid got a whelp on their body from their parents, right? Mm-hmm. We have all these things against us. So when I raise this money, I need some lawyers. I need some brothers who are in these. I know they're out here. I know this for a fact. Brothers who's going to ride around. And if one of us get pulled over some nonsense, now if you done touched a little boy or touched a little girl or robbed a woman or a man, we're going to let them cops take you and we'll be waiting for you outside jail when you get out, right? But if you pulling over a father or a mother or just a brother just trying to make some money for something stupid as much as drugs when there's CVS and Walgreens on the corner and you're not bothering them at all. Matter of fact, you're the security guard for them. You making sure nobody come in there and take nothing. But when it comes to us, we're criminals. Even some thieves, if you're going over there robbing people that's robbing us, if you're robbing your neighbor, once again, I'll let them take you. And when you walk out, then I'm going to take you. You see what I'm saying? But I need some brothers like that who has no fear in their heart. You know what I'm saying? And I need more than one or two because I'm not going to let those brothers get locked up or shot or beat up protecting us and they don't have no backup. You see what I'm saying? How can you be in the mindset to protect your people? You need a place to stay. You need food to eat, and you need more than reassurance. You need insurance that if anything happens to you, your family will be okay. Even if you ain't got no children, if it's just your mama and your daddy, if it's just your cousins and your sisters and your brothers. So when you come to these parties, that's what I'm raising money for. Medically talking. In these hospitals, when we go in here for a cold, everybody know about Bentab. When you go in here for a cold, you come out with a cold body. You see what I'm saying? They killing us in these hospitals. You go in here and just some of us get a simple shot and come out and you got to get your leg cut off. It's like, oh, we gave you the wrong thing. Or they're taking your organs. You know, I got my gallbladder taken out. I asked them if I could have it back. They said, oh, no, we destroy it. Destroy it with what? Come to find out, it wasn't even my gallbladder. Now, that's how I figured out about that game. The doctor, and matter of fact, it wasn't even the doctor. It was the nurse. That same nurse told me about the COVID shots. He said, man, you get a COVID shot? I said, nah, man. He said, I didn't either. So they're playing games with us because we're going to be the first ones in there trying to get shots, trying to get the doctors to help us, and they don't care. They're using us. So,
well, the number one indicator is anything given to you for free.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, you want to give me free shit.
You never cared about us ever. Now you want to give me a shot that's going to protect me from this virus? Face, that's a lie, man. Like,
well, that's because you gave me it free in the first. You gave me the virus in the first place.
Exactly.
Like all that anyway.
Yeah. So we need a protection fund, a health fund, a living fund, and we just need funds, period. Right? So that way, if you don't feel like working, Hey man, I don't even feel like doing nothing today. I'm just gonna chill. Bet, sit your behind at the house. We got this land. We taking care of it. I need farmers, electricians, nurse, dentists, mechanics. Like I said earlier, lawyers. I need all these people to help me do this infrastructure. You see what I'm saying? We need this right now to get us out of the matrix. You see what I'm saying? Because right now we in it, and if we just started up, that's cool. But we need protection. We need to get our health right. We need to get our mentality right. Psychiatrists, counselors, whatever you want to call them. Even if you just really, I remember back in the day when they would give you readings. If someone offered to give you a reading, they was really in tune. They chose you to give a reading to. Not like now where you get on here and let me just read you, and they reading your body language or whatever. You know, like, oh, I believe the cancer. Tell you this. They gonna tell you that. I think you got to say you. Nah, man. Look, I gotta tell the OGs all the time. I'm young in the game, but I remember what y'all used to do, and it was genuine. If someone, because I have had a brother come up to me and give me a reading, or ask me, "Hey, man, could I give you a reading? If you don't mind, let's come over here." Blah 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 blah, and said some amazing things to this day that I'm like, wow.
Y'all got to learn what a divination is, and
yeah,
just soak up to that. A reading is one thing, but a divination is
a whole nother thing, man. So I need all that in here, man. I'm not trying to. I don't need your Facebook page, and I just need. Let's sit down. Let's congregate. You know, in church, before the pastor would speak or afterwards, he'd be like, "Hey, y'all just go around and talk." Then we get into it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sit back and we're gonna talk. We're like, "Oh, you do this. Oh, you do this. Oh, you do this. Check this out. Let's meet next week over here, and we're gonna put this together first. And y'all brothers or sisters who know how to do this, you do this. So we need." All of these, this is phase one. We need to gather and get ourselves out of the matrix. We're going to have to sacrifice something. You see what I'm saying? I say farmers because we need to eat. I say doctors because we need some type of regimen, to take care of our bodies. I say lawyers to get us out of these jails legally. There's a law for 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 a law. And guess what? Until we pay thousands and millions of dollars, they're not going to tell us. The lawyers and the attorneys know what's going on. So we need to get someone who's in there like, hey, man, they can't have them locked up. All I need is some brothers to come behind me, because what they're going to do is give me some back talk. They're gonna try and take me out.
Well, you're describing a lot of the ways that most of the Nation of Islam maneuvers.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is a lot of the ways how they maneuver. They have all of those things within house, and they maneuver together.
Yeah,
to stand for things and do things. So yeah.
Speaking of that, we were talking about the NOI when K Reno was on the show last Tuesday, and he said something that I want to
shout out to Moss 45 and ARC. I was out there.
Oh yeah, she
Saturday.
Went out. Yeah, I told you it was dope. It's dope.
Yep.
I missed it, but I'll be at the next or any other events I'm gonna make. But Kay said something that reminded me. When they have their meetings, they don't let no white folks in there. They don't let the enemy in there at all. You know what I'm saying? And when we do this is just for us. I understand that some whites might want to help and do that. That's cool. Wait, because I can't accept no help unless we're ready to work with each other first.
And then there's a genuineness to help, right? When you at some point you should know this ain't the space for you. And you can help. I can help a lot of things. That's not the space for me. Hell, I was a leader in the Girl Scouts when my niece was a little girl. I didn't have no kids. I done did so many things with a whole bunch of kids stuff, and I am not a child or with child.
Yeah.
Right? Or you can, that's just time being volunteered. Okay. You can do so many things if you really want to help, but you don't necessarily have to be a part of it. So when you're genuine about where you want your helping efforts to go, you just do that without having to be seen. There's so many people be ragging all the stars and all this stuff, but a lot of them do a lot of donations that none of y'all know nothing about. And for a lot of reasons, because everybody don't have to come out there. Y'all know that became a big thing. Everybody was filming their philanthropy.
Yeah.
That's whack, honestly.
Yeah.
But so if you really wanted to do something, you would do it. Why would you do something and not understand that these people want to go about it within their own selves? that's not a genuine help. Genuine help is going to understand that and help anyway.
Exactly.
If that's what you wanted to do, it is okay. We got to stop taking these deep breaths when we talk about we gathering together with ourselves. Birds gather together with birds. Bees gather together with bees. Whales rock out with whales. Dolphins rock out with dolphins. Flies kick it with other flies. The horses kick it with other horses. Procreate and build and the whole nine. If that's not how it was designed, y'all should be, because that's where I see it all the time. There's no reason for it to be any different. When we're built strong, yes, you come together with others on different things that are about global things, right? Like literally, we all should be against child trafficking. No, right? Shit. If all the races came together, we should be about that. All the races are affected in varying ways with that. With homosexuality, be truthfully honest, all the races are struggling with that, right? Because most of the races don't understand nothing about it in the huge incline, how huge it has gotten or what it's come to. Those are things that affect us globally that we come together in. You can't come together in that if you're not strong over here. Yeah. How do I come into a neighborhood meeting and my home hood ain't together? How does that happen?
Exactly.
How does that happen strong?
Yeah, exactly.
How does that happen where it produces something?
Exactly.
I'm all up over here in the neighborhood stuff talking about what folks need to do. I got a whole household that ain't solid yet.
Sweep your own porch before you go sweep somebody else's.
Our household, it's okay for our household and our gatherings to be just for us and solid. I know we are naturally the people who welcome all. We are welcome all people. We are teach all people. And it stands to reason because we know all. There's so much of where we are and our understandings and knowings in the world. But you have to be careful about casting your pearls among swine. And you have to maneuver within your own first.
Exactly.
How y'all giving away everything and you haven't given it away to yours? That doesn't make any sense. So with completely unapologetically, we gathering together as Black folk. TheEndPeriod.com.
That's it. That's it right there.
That's it.
This is just
bring your excellent Black self to the table.
I got a new thing for NWA. No whites allowed. This is gonna be the NWA. No whites allowed. And really,
so y'all not signing NDAs, y'all signing NWAs.
You signing NWAs. Like no whites allowed, man. Because I feel like anybody who claims to be so-called pro-Black or whatever the hell term you want to use, you shouldn't be inviting your enemy to the table. And that really goes for some of us. That's why I say it's just us right now. Just for us. So because I know some of us are gonna come in there working for the white man. I already know. History has told me that.
Oh yeah.
His story, my story, everybody's story. Yeah. It's gonna be it's the people around.
Infiltrator. That's a whole race of its own.
Exactly.
Infiltrator is a race.
Exactly. You're gonna naturally have those in the streets.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is where this part is gonna be at. So you naturally gonna have people who's just in life who's there to really see what are you doing so I can take you down. But
or copy.
Yeah, or copy you.
Or you steal.
Whatever. And even if you copy me, do it 10 times better than I'm doing it for the benefit of the people. Like,
oh yeah, you
know what I'm saying?
You the blueprint. You already know you the blueprint.
Yeah. So, and like I said, I'm trying to get everybody to work. Not everybody, but I'm trying to get our people together to where, number one, like we was talking about on the last show, let's make our people rich. Dr. Phil's not even a doctor. And he gets a lot of Dr. Phil over here, Dr. Phil, whatever. So why can't we sit over here and support a Brooklyn Sun psychiatrist or Dr. Annette, a Brooklyn Sun soul coach or somebody else who just genuinely wants to help people and has that spirit within them. That's really our degree, is the degree of our spirit to want to do this. So we need to start making our own people rich. We need to stop buying Dove soap and go to the soap lady. Amber, when I remember your page, I will let them know. she's private, similar to I am, so she don't even.
And so I.
Yes.
We both got it. We all got to
Yeah.
do a little better than that. But it comes with it's a lot of reason
Yeah.
behind that.
And
but-
if you cut, what I'm gonna do is make it to where they'll be there, so you know who they are. So why not put money in their pockets? And what I'm gonna do is charge for the ticket, and I'm gonna put money in their pockets. Whenever you give me something, you best believe I'm breaking that shit up like I'm a dope dealer. You know what I'm saying?
Distro.
Exactly. I'm gonna break it up. I gotta pay people to get people to come in. And my main thing of doing this is because you sent me a video saying, and the part of it that stands out right now is we don't make stuff that we want. And I always believe that, which is why I'm gonna get stuff that we need. So you need to wash your butt every day. Whenever you wash your butt, you need to wash your body. So I got the toothpaste and the mouthwash. You need your mentality right. That's where Brooklyn come in and others. It's good. I learned this in sports. It's good to get a massage at least once or twice a week.
Yes.
To get your joints and your. That's why a lot of us get arthritis.
Hey, Olivia.
You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Sister Olivia? That's why a lot of us get arthritis in our bodies. That's why our bones and everything, because we don't get nothing that moves it.
That's
You know what I'm
a
saying?
reason also why we supposed to link up. Why you supposed to be in relationships?
Yeah.
Back to relationships because we both have healing hands for one another in our exchanges.
Exactly.
There's healing properties to us exchanging sexually and touch
Exactly.
and all that kind of stuff. Breast cancers and
All
prostate cancer,
that.
as the brother mentioned. When Chief mentioned that, all of those things are inculcated into us exchanging.
Exactly. I don't know what yoga breathing.
He threw me off too, but I was interested.
Yoga breathing.
So what is that yoga breathing? But yeah, let me know what that is. But that's the
birthday boy going all out tonight. He don't know how to. This is what happened when you hit a certain age.
You got the Henny in the system.
You celebrate your birthday like this.
Mhm.
Celebrate your birthday, supporting your friends. Y'all see that, right?
I
My
love
friend
it, man.
whole birthday is tonight, and he on here clowning around with us.
Hey, and I appreciate that. You spending your time with me, man. I appreciate that. But that's what we're doing, man. When you come in here, we're actually building. Like I say, I don't care what religion you are. I'm not gonna sit over here and be like, hey, what's your religion?
It
you don't
shouldn't
believe
matter.
it? Yeah, it don't. That I don't really care
It
about.
shouldn't
What
matter.
your religion, whatever it is, what your beliefs are. I believe we can all learn from each other. When I stopped being a Christian, and I said, okay, now I'm gonna go join the Muslims. I realized that I wasn't stopping being a Christian. I just changed the place I was going to. I wanted to be a different type of Christian. So now I became NOI because I like NOI Muslims specifically because I like what they were saying about our people.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to the Black spirituals and all the other stuff. Be who you are, man. I want everybody to come in. But if you for our people, I want you to come, and I'm doing this so we don't have the future and us don't have to deal with what we've been having to deal with. Young people, old people, middle-aged people, whatever you name, I don't really believe in age. Whatever you deem whatever age you're in life, I believe that we all need some type of help and unity.
Bring it to the table.
Bring
You
it-
have something to offer. So bring
Exactly.
it. And even if you have something to offer that's not yet ready, because people are already always waiting for the right time. The right time is going to be now. You show up, and you be surprised what happens when you show up.
Man.
When you just simply show up, it's an amazing thing that occurs. So don't let any of those normal, I was about to say the wrong word.
No, I know. Look,
I was
don't
about to
come
say
in
a
here.
bad word.
Yeah.
Don't let any of those speed bumps
Yeah.
stop you. You typically drive over a speed bump, so drive over them and get to the
Yeah.
table.
I don't
Just
care if
get
you
to
got
the
a
table.
business. I don't care if it's copyrighted.
That's right.
I don't care if you got the most
Fi-
illustrious
Finish
words.
all the way
Yeah.
together.
I
Whatever.
don't care, man. Just bring it to the table.
If
Because
you have
somebody
the
can
heart
help
for
you.
your people,
Yeah. Bring
Bring
it. Just
it.
bring it, man. Just come. Let's network. I'm charging for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I like to let everybody know why I'm charging for this. I'm charging for a reason. And I'll probably have a free event too, but I need people who are serious.
But y'all don't have respect for free stuff, so it don't matter. Most people who take free stuff don't have any value towards it. Our people are consummate consumers. So you consume everything else, consume this event.
And that's true.
That's
you know
real
what?
talk.
I was just looking at that. Like, we're not a poor people. Like, even us that are poor, we got clothes, we got food to eat, we got shelter, not with dirt on the floor, but tile, carpet, some shit I can't even pronounce. We got all this stuff.
Laminate.
Yeah, man. I'm like, okay, whatever. Look like wood to me. You got all this stuff, right? But there could have been a brother over here or a sister or a family business you could have used for that house. Even if they did make a mistake, man. Like, and I'm going to get people who, you know, we'll take accountability for ourselves, but you got to start making your people rich. Putting that into somebody else's pocket, man. Like, I'm tired of seeing people with Nikes and Gucci and paying all this money for whatever. The sports teams, you know, I watch basketball.
Do that, but then then and what, right?
Yeah.
Do that plus. I mean, we still need to lighten our load about how much we consume. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But do that and balance it out. And maybe you're not finished with part of your dream because it's supposed to link up with someone else's to make it whole.
Exactly.
But that's another reason why you should be showing up. You should be showing up because your dream might need to meet someone else's. Your gifts, your talents might need to meet someone else's so that it ignites, it explodes together. At the end of the day, we do it better together. Shout out to one of the sisters, Keisha. She's not on here. She used to say that to us all the time. We do it better together.
Unity, man. That's my whole point of this meeting. Unity. Uniting everything we got and making something happen. We could potentially buy a block up, right? Just to start off with, so we all have somewhere to live to do this. And then put our resources together to make sure everybody's eating. I'm giving this example because I've seen it. And I'm about to get off here in a minute, Mal.
And without the why in unity, there's no unity, right?
Exactly.
So you are a part of the unit that makes it unity.
Exactly. I've seen all this happen. Now it's time to actually do it.
Yeah.
So that's why this is why the party. This is why I have tables. So if you see that on my page and you see table,
it's a party.
Yeah, it's a look. We gonna talk
with a purpose.
Exactly. We gonna talk. I understand some of us like to drink and do other stuff. Just come. Now ain't gonna be no Coke or no pills.
Oh, we not. Yeah, we not having.
We not doing that.
We not having a disco party.
And yeah, we don't have none of the back rooms in there. Anyway, we're not doing that. But come. It'll be some
We're
drink.
not going to Studio 54.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Michael's dead anyway. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't doing all that. Come network. The order of the party real quick, man. This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna have a little talk show at the beginning where I'm gonna throw out some problems and I'm gonna let the people throw out some solutions. We're not gonna. So if I say, "Hey, police brutality," what's the solution? What do we need to do? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do that. We're gonna talk. We're going to heal. I'm going to have a master prayer to where you put down. Anyway, I'm going to have a master prayer. We're going to have some drums to put the rhythm of our words into the air, into the wind, into the dirt, everything. So that we can actually have some real prayer going on. Like I said, you can pray in any language you want, however you do it, whatever you believe in, pray to that God or whatever. But we're going to do it like this, y'all. We're going to come back to the old school. We're going to have unity. We're going to have food. Oh, that's something else you get with your ticket. You will have food that comes with your ticket. So when you come in there, you already got something. We'll have some little hors d'oeuvres. If you watch Martin, we'll have some horse devours. Y'all remember that episode where Cole's like, y'all want some horse devours? You know what I'm saying? So we'll have some horse devours there if y'all want to eat. Because I know you can't think unless you got some food on your stomach. So I don't want you coming in like, man, I'm hungry. And then have to, you know, for some places you go to, you pay to get in, then you pay for the food, and then you pay. You pay.
And then you lose all your attention.
Exactly.
For real, honestly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and so when you purchase your ticket, you will have food and you will leave with a gift bag. That's how it's going to go. That's guaranteed. You will have food, you will leave with a gift bag. But more importantly, you're going to unite with some people who love their culture. And there ain't no better feeling than that.
That's right.
Going from person to person, like, oh, I feel that. Oh, I want to work with you. I want to do this. Or let's do this. And everybody just congregating.
Be encouraged, be inspired.
Yeah.
You just never when you in certain spaces, you never know how it's going to ignite your flame.
Man.
So come get your flame ignited.
Man, do that. Come to the table and get ignited, man. And that's the most exciting part, where I can talk to 17 different people, get 17 different perspectives, and network with, because we're all there on the same mindset. You know what I'm saying? So come there, man. Bring your families. It's going to be, I have kids. Even if I didn't, I like to see kids have fun. I'm going to have a bounce house and some kiddie events. I'm trying to get this science lady to come out so the kids can make slime and do little projects get their brain going. So bring your kids. They will not just be sitting there looking at the phone.
And even if you can't come, make the donation. Buy a ticket for somebody else.
Yeah. Do that or come to the next one. Or like I say every show, hit me up. If you really want to do something, hit me up.
There's a lot of different ways.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways, man. There's a lot. The party's going to be to come over there, talk some business, and then just let that energy run the room.
Because after the show, it's the after party. And after the party is...
it's the hotel lobby or the lobby at your house. Whatever it is, we're going to have some fun.
It's the lobby of the foundation that we building all of this up from.
Exactly.
It could be a hotel. I don't know.
Have fun, man. Singles, families, y'all come out, man. Talk, mingle. But yeah, it's coming up. I'm just giving you the basis or the foundation or what the table is going to be sitting on. You know what I'm saying? So bring whatever it is you got to the table. That's the foundation. This is why I'm doing it. If you're coming for any other reason, please don't come. Your energy will show. People will get to talking like, hey, man, this brother said this or this sister did this or she told me that. I'm like, oh, okay. My energy attracts some powerful people, man. And that's why I'm having this party. So don't come in here chucking and jiving.
Well, you won't like it if you come.
Yeah, it's just not going to be good for okay. you. You might have a heart attack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it won't.
So don't do that.
That kind of energy doesn't do
well, yeah, in that atmosphere.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, if y'all trying to improve the health, protect our people, see the youth, see the elders, see the whoever have a better future, because the future is tomorrow. It's not 10 years from the future, is 10 minutes from now.
For facts.
You know what I'm saying? So if you are ready for a better future, let's come to this party, let's talk, and then let's act. Let's liberate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because the future is literally right now. The past was 2 hours and 11 minutes ago when I started the show.
Yep.
So we've literally been going into the future. That's how quick we can change our reality, man. I'm going to leave hold on. Matter of fact, Malk, you got something you want to say?
No. I'm good tonight. Great show, y'all. I'm just trying to keep the crowd engaged.
Yeah.
Great questions, great interaction, and great engagement tonight from the crowd. I would like more phone calls, y'all. Ed, I love you. Wake it up, Malcolm. Thank you, bro. That's what Ed said. I would love Ed to call in. Miss Yati, Miss Taisha Tucker. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yati.
When you see Yati, it's
it's Yati. Okay.
Yeah, and shout out to Najeri, her daughter, who just was in the World of Dance competition on Sunday, and her group placed second place. Shout out to you, baby girl. Keep doing that.
Congrats.
Absolutely. World of Dance ain't no regular Joe show. It's a real thing. And it has a real vibe, a real energy, a real following, some very famous dancers. So shout out to you, girl. It was so great to be in that environment. Thank you for inviting me and having me. It was amazing.
That's dope.
That's right.
So it's like a dance team where it's like a drill team, or?
No, it's a whole bunch of dancers. Y'all never watched World of Dance on TV? They had So You Think You Could Dance, World of Dance. They're all dance competition shows. So they had the Houston, they go to all the different states, and all those groups, dance troops within that go and compete. Well, they compete before they get to be chosen for that. And then you whittle it down further, because it was juniors and then your groups. And they had 3 placements, first, second, and third place.
And they got
And
second.
so they placed second in the groups. Yep. So yes, they did an amazing job. It was great, and they get to move on. So
Oh man,
that's
that's
gonna
dope.
be what's up. Yep.
Congrats.
All day.
And this is on TV?
It was filmed, so it will be on. So the audition parts will be on social media. I know
Okay.
that, but it's World of Dance. I think it's hashtag is WOD.
World of Dance. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, dope, man. Congratulations. Anything else you wanna?
No, I just want to tell y'all, show up, show out. You're invited to the table, so come to the table. But it is an invitation, so you do get to decline. And so make room for yourself in any which way you see fit, because it shall go on. It won't be televised, and you will miss it. And won't nobody be mad at you for missing it. Happy birthday to Brother Ed again. I just want to tell y'all, love and respect y'all. Thank y'all for pulling up and supporting always. My fam be in the building, and I love y'all. Y'all be trying to make me cry on these lives, and I won't do it because I can't take it back. So it is okay to cry, but I'm not doing it like that. But y'all show up. Y'all who are in relationships, real relationships, have plenty of sex. However you choose to have it. God bless you. Love you. Good night.
Yeah, everybody. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Brother Ed, happy birthday, man. Glad that you're still breathing. And I appreciate you spending that time with us, chilling with us on the chat during your birthday. So happy birthday, man. If I come across a drink, I'm gonna drink one for you.
I'm gonna go home and drink one for you just before I go to sleep, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So happy birthday. Congratulations on the World of Dance. That's dope to place. That's dope to work towards something and get placed.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because oftentimes you don't feel like you're going to, and so then because you just like, well, I work to get here, so yay, that's fantastic. I got to try out for World of Dance, and then you like, I did what? So yeah, her whole crew. She dances as a part of a group, a Houston dance troupe, and the name of their dance troupe escapes me at this moment, so I apologize.
I'm gonna look up World of Dance. That's dope. That's dope. So yeah, congratulations on that, man. To work so hard and to be noticed by someone outside of yourself is very gratifying.
It is.
However you want to look at it, it's very gratifying.
It is.
Dang, because you start from an audition to competing amongst, I'm sure, hundreds, thousands, of people to get to be second place out of these hundreds and thousands of people. And even if you didn't place, good job. But to that second place,
even first, right?
Even further,
like and then more.
Yeah.
What?
So congrats. That's the name of the group, Wild Style.
Thank you, Wild Style. I was thinking about the group, the place that they dance from, because they have a couple of groups within that dance community that was also in the competition too, because I think they had in their junior division, they had someone out of their dance house. I forget what the dance house called, but her group is called Wild Style.
Dope. I'm gonna check them out then. I'm gonna check that out.
Yep.
Wild Style. Last but not least, real quick, let me give a few promos, whatever. Y'all remember The Pocket? He's still selling the product, so y'all go look up brother. Oh, perfect.
I have it here, and I have his book here also.
There it is.
I was like, I gotta remember to bring it. So I did. The book is Our Shades of Black History.
Soundbox Studios.
That's Soundbox Studios. Yes, that's it. Thank you. So yeah, the book is what he showed us, that him and all the different people, basically told their stories, which to me is like the Bible. All the different people telling their stories of their accountances. So that's really dope.
So y'all get his product. Put your insurance name. Those of us
The
who
Pocket
have
USA.
Yep, the Pocket USA right there. Y'all look up the Newman Foundation. I believe he just got awarded something recently.
Oh, for real?
For Man of the Year. Yeah, so that's real dope. So y'all look him up.
Dope.
He's doing big things. My boy K, his CD is out, Audio Optic. Go get it. I got to get it. ARC. Every fourth Saturday, they have an event. I think they had something tonight for Halloween, but they're having a toy drive to get toys for kids. So Y'all look them up and see how you can support that. There it is right there, the Pocket USA. Check that brother out, man. If you got insurance in your license, put it in there. That'll hopefully be a deterrent and for anything turning into something volatile. So check it out.
And the art meets every fourth Saturday.
Yeah, fourth
at,
Saturday.
Mosque 45.
45. It's off OST, y'all. Y'all know where it's at. Don't act like y'all know where the mosque is.
I didn't.
Oh, well, you got from Houston. You've only been here, what, a couple of years? Oh, if that.
No way. I ain't even been here half a year yet.
Half a year. You have an excuse. But y'all know where Brother Muhammad be at, Brother Robert Muhammad. Y'all know. We didn't been to at least. Mouth don't want me to talk. Mouth just interrupted me.
I was trying to steal the flyer,
The
but
flyer.
that was
No, you good. No, I'm just messing with you. There it is. I thought you were showing.
I want to give a huge shout out though to our youth also. I know we're closing out, but I want to thank you because the youth, although many of us probably have a lot to say about your style, your music, your mumbles, all the things we don't like, I do want to give a big shout out to your give back. Whether you know it or not, you give back to a lot of us who were born in 1922. You give back, right? Because your unabashed zeal for going for
God
broke
damn.
in whatever kind of way that you do it is indeed inspiring. So I want to thank our youth in a million trillion types of ways. A lot of us who came up necessarily didn't have support for our dreams. And so we do a lot to try to support yours. But in doing so, you all inspire us for our own, because your dreams never die. Whether they die with you, but they never die. The things that you enjoy, the things that, somebody didn't see very much in you or didn't show up for you and support you. I remember going for a lot of things wasn't nobody there at things that I showed up or auditioned for, things like that. So I just want to tell you all, keep doing what you do, but also respect your ancestors. They got a lot of gifts to give you too. But I do want to thank you for the gifts that you lend to us. You lend us a freedom in so many different ways, particularly speaking as a Black woman. You lend us a lot of freedoms that we didn't experience, but we get to experience them through you. Your freedom Black babies, you beautiful girls with your hair and your stylings, all of that, a lot of us didn't have because we grew up in different times. And so I just want to say thank you. Keep going for broke, keep shining as bright as you possibly can or want to. Don't dim your light. A lot of our generations were kind of led to them, wasn't supported, or we were told to do so. And you are igniting your aunties, your TTs, your moms, your grandmoms. You are reigniting our zest, our zeal for going for ours. And I appreciate you and I love you very much for that. Thank you.
Oh, man,
Now that's about to make me cry.
Man, I'm gonna add into what she said in the whole show. Rebooting and uniting lost energy. That's what RELY stands for, man.
That's right.
Rebooting and uniting lost energy. I'm gonna say it one more time. Rebooting and uniting lost energy. And the different ages we have in this realm that we label young and old and middle-aged or whatever, each of those ages could help reboot,
Right.
overlap, or connect to each other.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you didn't know her age, you would think we was the same age or she was younger. And she's able to give you perspective from her time. Like, I'm not talking to age as in numbers, but her time, the time that I didn't see, right? And I'm able to give perspective from my time. And as Malcolm as well from his time. And she was up north, as we call it, in her area, and my area, in his area. So we gotta start generating.
Yep.
We gotta stop calling a generation if we're not gonna generate each other, give each other power.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's an absolute, and that's exactly what the show
Yeah.
stands for.
We're
We
booting.
are reuniting.
Exactly.
That's why I wanted to tell the youth that, because I know they hear a lot of what we don't like. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but they inspire us on so many levels, whether we want to admit it or not. Brooklyn is admitting it. Y'all inspire me on a lot of different levels.
So-
Some things I could do without, but
Yeah. So if you're not going to be part of generating,
that's right.
don't call it a generation.
Bless.
You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? The young ones got to help the old ones, and the old ones got to help the young ones. When I set up my architecture, everybody's going to put in their thoughts. Because if we all put in our thoughts and experiences, we won't experience the same thing over and over and over again.
That's right.
We won't have the same pains. You see what I'm saying? The same nuances, the same struggles.
If you look at generation, it looks like meaning to generate action.
Exactly. So if we start generating with each other, start creating, start working with each other, start orchestrating each of our instruments to be instrumental in each other's lives, we can create a beautiful song.
Take all the energy of the hate and make it great.
Exactly. There's some stuff that we all don't like that each so-called generating platform does. And there's some stuff that we're like, damn, why didn't we do that?
Absolutely.
The freedom to be able to rap like that. For example, we wouldn't have done that. But also getting online to bare yourself so everybody can see what you're going through, to know that things are not always good and struggle is real. Bringing awareness to it. Using the camera to show that, hey, man, I'm going through this also. That's becoming naked in front of everybody, and that takes a lot.
And when
You see what I'm
take away
saying?
the fear from raising, then you only thing you have left is respect and love.
Exactly. So when you do that,
Yep.
we got to start doing that more often. And like she said, we got to start thanking each other, but not just thanking each other, giving each other something to be thankful for. You see what I'm saying? Go up to that elder person and ask them a question if they're open to it. And if they're not, don't hold that against all elderly or
That's right.
mature people. And same thing with the elders. If you ask a youngster something, he's disrespectful. All youngsters ain't disrespectful. You just happen to come across that one.
That's right.
So we got to start working together, man. We got to start truthfully generating.
That's how we're going to elongate our lives.
Exactly.
On both sides.
Exactly. That's how you have eternal life
That's right.
that they talk about. Because you can live until you want to cut it off.
That's right.
So in order to do that, we got to share these experiences. We got to share what's going on with our bodies, what we did. If I know what you did coming up, I might not do it because I see how it affected you.
Yep.
So we got to stop hoarding
Well,
knowledge.
collectively, we bust open the secret and create the formula.
Exactly. So we got to do that, man. We got to start uniting every day. We can't wait till somebody comes along and says, hey, let's unite. You can do this every minute, every hour, every second of the day.
Yes.
You can unite with someone. It don't take money. It just takes so-called time.
When you generate that kind of energy, though, all of that comes to you anyway.
Exactly.
It really generates.
So if you're really about that life, as they say now, if you're really walking in that presence, in that essence, you're gonna come across people every day that want to do something. So unite in that way, man, and don't hide it from nobody. We got to unite every day. So that way, when you do come to the parties, you're coming with your unification that you already got set. And that means more than anything, because the people united can't be defeated. All this stuff together, it's going to be hard to break this table with a chop. I'll hurt my hand trying to break this table with a chop or a fist. So if we unite, we're this table, we're that brick, we're whatever undestructible material you want to call it. You're not going to be able to break us. You're going to end up breaking. Exactly. With that vibranium. You know what I'm saying? So have a table in your house, man. Set that table up, man. Tangible action, building liberation.
We building vibranium tables.
Exactly. Build that vibranium table. And it takes little things, man. Connecting with the past and future, or the past and future connecting with each other. You know what I'm saying? When someone calls you, hey, man, I need a ride, say yes.
Absolutely.
Help out.
It's okay to say yes.
Exactly. It's okay to ask for help.
Yes.
So if someone calls you asking for something simple, don't be, oh, man, I got too many things. No, I got you, bro. That's how you create unity. That's how you develop relationships. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to end saying, man. Let's start working with each other. You don't got to wait for it to happen. You can do it right now. You can create unity is nothing but some what's it called? The periodic table. It's nothing but an element of life. And it takes you just doing certain things to create that element. So somebody calls for your help them out. Go up to the elders and talk to them. Become friends with them. Listen to their music. They listen to your music. You explain what the hell's going on so you know what's happening. Malcolm, you were telling me earlier today, man, when I first came in here, that the sister made the song about her bringing sausage in. We were talking about how when we was young, we were candy liquor. Yeah. I thought that was literally about Tootsie Roll Pop. I'm like, he like candy, cuz I want me some Butterfingers. I want all. No. You know what I'm saying? Betty Rice, the cleanup woman. She said her very first time. I thought she was talking about singing.
Look, this is what happened to me. Come on, son. Come on, son. Just holding me by my little 5-year-old head. Come on, son. Yeah.
So swap those stories, man. Swap those stories. Take time to talk to each other. Take time to be in each other's lives. Take time to help each other out. Reciprocity is a real thing, and you can do it. So be that all day, every day. Listen to the show next Tuesday. Please pass this show on to as many people as you can, because I want this to be a huge turnout. Not so much as the people, but the not so much as the quantity, but the quality. I want this to be a qualified, quantified turnout. I want to create a new element in this joint. When we leave here, I want the weather to change. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like, oh, damn, it was cold outside, but now it's a comfortable temperature for all of us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So pass this to people along with any other shows, but this one in particular, so they can kind of know what's going on, get a vibe for us. Get ready for the ratchet music. It is coming. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was waiting for it. Don't act like you won. You've been waiting for it. We know it. Y'all look at Real Talk 100. Oh man, they got stuff all day long, man. You got a Cup of Joe. The sisters is telling you, breaking down insurance every episode. The brothers breaking down real estate and credit every episode. What am I missing, Mount? Dr. Annette is on here having real psychological conversations to get into the psychology of us. Every episode.
Yes.
There's something for everybody on here.
Yes.
Check it out. Support it. When you don't gotta watch it live, just when you in your car riding and you want to listen to Tupac, or I seen Tupac behind me. Cardi B, whatever you want to listen to.
Mix it up.
Yeah, put a little bit of knowledge on your brain. You got Fridays, Sister Annette, right? Every Friday.
Sister Annette is Friday from 6:15 to 8:15.
There we go.
And then from 8:30 to 10:30 is the Let's Talk coverage over cocktails, where they're teaching you life insurance. Dr. Annette is a therapist, and she talks about real life issues, and she brings in small business owners who've been through real life issues, and they talk about real life issues, psychological real life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you got something. You got a little bit of everything. And if you don't want to hear that, you just want to shake your ass and have a little ratchet music, wait till this goes off.
You can do that too. It's great exercise.
Yeah, it is good. Hey, dancing is very good.
Dancing is great exercise. And so it can be fun and great exercise at the same time.
Right. But balance it out. Listen to Dr. Annette, then get your ratchet in. Listen to this.
Because it's your duty to balance your mind and your booty.
So listen to both, man. Get it in. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll be on next Tuesday. Malcolm, go ahead and take it out.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brooklyn, and thank you, Inyar. One last comment, and we will end the show. Every time I hear about unity and we can do it, I always think of, a lot of the Fortune 500 companies are already doing it. If Fortune 500 companies can do it, such as Walmart, in most Walmart, what are you going to see? What eating establishment are you going to see in most Walmarts? You're going to see McDonald's.
Subways.
At some point, either McDonald's called Walmart or Walmart called McDonald's and said, hey, I know we're already rich, but hey, can you imagine if we combined, if you can you imagine if every Walmart we put a McDonald's, man, y'all could make another $1 billion a year. So if Fortune 500 companies can do it, so can we. So can we. I love hearing stories of unity, but you know, down here on the lower end of the spectrum, people don't like uniting and becoming much stronger and much larger than they already are, and that troubles me. It troubles me. So I love the conversation, love the show. Thank you for the interaction. Thanks for the engagement. Thanks for the likes, the shares, the comments. He's already introduced my upcoming playlist. We play something for everybody. We're going to get into country music soon. We're going to get into a lot more Zydeco soon. But right now, we have something for the old heads in the 90s and the 90s and the 2000s, hip hop and R&B hits. We play a lot of that. We play a lot of Southern soul. And we've talked about that, and cooking breakfast and bringing the sausage to complete the breakfast. We play a lot of Southern soul music, and we play a lot of ratchet music for the youngsters. So y'all keep it locked to Real Talk 100 Radio. That brings us to a close of the Rely Radio Show. This is the rebooting and uniting Lost Energy show with host Inyar Zulu and co-host Brooklyn Sun. We'll see y'all soon, everybody. We'll see y'all soon. Good night.
Peace.